I was talking to myself here and I forgot that I muted my phone. Yeah, sorry, I was eating. Why is it not taking up my... Oh, no. Hang on. Change the filter. Huh? Oh, hello. Could be better. Right. Let us go do the other stuff that I need. We also start Genshin. How is everyone? Hope everyone, right? I have been farming like a mad lad in the background to Navia, like more wishes, get Navia high. That is my goal. Fuck. I have a cold. Really annoying, but work now? There. Still eating a burger. Apologies. I've been playing with Navi a little bit. Holy fucking shit. Sitting like a fucking truck. Not even funny. Admittedly, not even funny how much. Okay, first things first. Do the... Let's do dailies. Actually, the dailies, but the next. Let's do the event day. They should be up. The fuck's a bond of life? Anyway. Right. Oh, it's not yet unlocked. It unlocks in 10 hours. Okay, never mind then. I got the weapon already. Technically, I should have 460. Get a ticket. Right, daily quests. Some daily quests before we jump in. The meat and potato of Navia story quest. Well, you know what? Let me show you Navia. Casual 8K hit. I have everything ready. You died. He hits as much as my goddamn Wanderer when he's fully buffed. Oh. He crits as if he's my Wanderer fully buffed up. I think he's such a fucking nuke. Love it. It's only level 70. Still hits harder than my Oh, it's that tool. I know what to do. I have, by the way, wanted to show. Set it on my disc. I rolled for standard wish. So yeah, got her as well. Yeah, him as well. Really need to be. In any case, these are the sets that I'm running at. I didn't find a good feather. Might sit down and try to. The main issue that I'm having right now is I want to get her to max level. Can't because I have these. So I'm gonna try find some people that allow me to farm for Navia in their world. Sorry, still eat. But for everything else, look, this here for example, I have this and also enough. I have enough. Just level her up immediately, holding me back. So you know what? How about I show you guys her. This is a level 70 Navia with a sacrificial greatsword. Granted, high refinement, but oh, that's why I can use it 3 times. Anyway, let me show you what you can do to this. Not pretty. There's a world quest here, something? Or is that the pup? Yeah, the pup got missing. God damn it. The dog gets missing 24/7. Woman! Know her. She has a dog, and she brings the dog to the opera 24/7. Dog doesn't care about opera. Harsh woman. Jesus Christ. Come on. Get this over with. I did this quest already. Basically, she lost her dog because she was an opera. Dogs are not interested. Not them Fontanians being like, oh yeah, dog is good. This is currently my exploration team. Really, I could swap the Farazan. Use my Wanderer more for just because the power of flight is fucking broken. Oh, there he is. Get dog back to more stupid owner somehow. Dog. And there she goes. Oh yeah, right. So let me show you guys. Remember we went back to 0? After last stream, I'm back to 50. I've been grinding this game out. You have no idea. Mainly here, you can see. All went from like 20 or something like that to 14, 15, like this. Here, I did a lot here. I'm just exploring all of Fontaine. I'm gonna try to get all of it done. Fountain maxed out. Oh god, you! Everything else in Fontaine is lit up.
Too slow.
Yeah.
Quit following me.
Alright, come on. Oh, I'm getting worse by the day. Failures. Takes a while, everybody just... Look, we're so pretty.
Wretched vermin. The wind
Like, no wonder there's a lot of damage, right? There's a lot of damage because of all the stuff around it. Here comes Navia. Bam. Out crits him.
Dare to mess with me? Coming at ya. A proper send-off from the Cena with love.
Let's light it up. Off we go.
And nuke. I guess she can be quite safe.
Hey there. Too late for regrets.
Oh yeah, and her ultimate has no cooldown.
Cena with hey there. Hey there.
No cooldown, like I said.
Teamwork is dream. Have fun with this gift.
Try louder.
Watch out.
And she hit for 45k.
Coming at ya.
I do need a better team for her that like constantly causes her to crystallize. That's where the damage comes from.
Let's light it up.
Right, as you can see.
Watch out.
Hey, I love it. It hits like a truck. Three more. Okay, we're getting there. 2. How many more times do I need to do this? Oh yeah, let me. I think I need. How much do I need for the next one? 20. So I need 32. Okay. We're getting there. A few more times and I have this done, then I can start my stuff on getting artifacts for her. Might actually use it to get her team up. So, oh yeah, here by the way. This is what I decided to be her team. A little bit of consideration. Not the Bennett. Bennett is gonna be swapped out. Barbara. Mostly because I don't have another good heal. Thing is, I don't need a shield with Navia. She shields herself. I really do. And Barbara with her E, kinda always applies the wet debuff. So she's currently being.
Wish me luck.
It would be Navia, Xiangling, and oh, hang on. 830. I've been grinding this here as well. Last time it was on 12. I've been grinding a lot, trying to get as much Primogem as possible to try to get it. I want to at least get her to C4. Then I'm gonna start saving up wishes, like around the same amount that I had before. That even if I lose every single, I would still get Navia C6 when she. That is my goal. Any case, go back to. Ah yeah, I forget. Yeah. Oh, there's the commission. Right. That is all of Fontaine lit up like a Christmas. First real zone that I did that in. Motherfucker. I've thought that. Primal gems. Those primal gems wrapped up nice and high.
The wind rises.
Wait, technically Navia should be able to do that,
Hey there!
correct? Come on, give me the target. Holy shit, I am bad. Yep. Then how's the stats? Which stats are you talking about exactly? And hi Phoenix, how you doing? Sorry, I'm a bit sick. I caught a cold. Gonna be having a cold for Christmas. Navia, of course. Well, she's still best girl. Got it to level 70. I need to get these, but they run out in my. I have everything ready for her essentially, except these. A weapon that I'm currently using. This one because I don't have the materials I need to send. They only come up tomorrow. Yeah, but I'm gonna get this weapon out soon. Thank you. Yeah. I got some artifacts with her. Meh. I still haven't gotten a good feather from her set. So this set is currently not. Isolation, as I said, trying to get C4 before she rotates out. Then I'm gonna keep saving so that I have enough to get her at C6. Then I can start farming for her weapon. Yeah, talents, not the weapon. As I can. I want to do this. I want to save my. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little bit right. Yeah, the stats. It's not great right now, but it is something. Mind you, the crit rate. Have to remember gets extra crit chance for each capsule I have. Right? So when I'm shooting her, when she has shooting her ability, she gets 32 extra crit rate. So this is misleading. This is not 27%. This is 27 plus 32. So 59. I have a 59% crit. Isn't it this one? No, this one is lower the cooldown. It's this one. When crystal by 12%, crit rate can be increased by up to 36. Of course, it does the cannon. At 4 will cause the enemy to get hit, the yeah, it's a lot of fucking crit. But then again, it's like C2 of a 5-star character, so of course they're gonna. And this is just dumb. This increases the crit damage by 45%. of her crystal shot, and any stacks consumed beyond the first are returned to Navia. Like, okay, so she's constantly gonna have 3 crits, so you just need 3 crystallize effects, or 3 of her cannon shots to get it fully charged up again. So basically every rotation is gonna be fully critting. It's gonna look great. So let me show it to you what that means.
Fire! Well, I'm going in. Watch out.
It was a non-crit, right? And it crystallize. There we go.
Another test subject.
Ears of the storm.
That tingle?
And another ult.
From the Spina with love.
Get this cartridges, get the cartridges, get the cartridges. You're dead.
Warfare, I guess.
Just delete it.
Teamwork is tricky. We'll see about it. Attack!
Another ult.
That's the way. Hey there! Watch out!
Another ult.
Proper send down from the Spina with love. Hey there!
He has ult every single goddamn time. It has no cooldown. I can ult again before the ult is done. Like, I love it.
Add Astro. Thank you for
In
coming.
this. Oops, sorry.
Add Astro.
I should have gotten. Yep. One. Alright. So I did everything. I have to waste my things here real quick. Hang on. After this, I am. So this is the team that I decided, by the way, to have, like, to be an actual party team. It's gonna be this. And we have Navia for the main DPS, Yelan as off DPS, right? Ling is off DPS as well, because I want them to constantly apply the burn stat effect. And when she's off cooldown, there's Barbara with her wet. It also applies a status effect. Everything here is to apply status effect so that Navia hits like a. I want to kind of take that out on a exploit a little bit. Oh god damn it! I didn't want to. As long as the play is good. I didn't want to do this though. Sorry, Hi. I have better things to do. Oh yeah, wait, I have a land. Exploration is not that horrible on this team. Nemesis of Coppelius, please. Thank you. I wet.
Coming at ya.
Nice.
Get them.
A Kuba.
Gotcha.
This.
Watch out.
dicey. Quietly now.
Watch out! Attack! That's the way. Ha! Coming at ya!
Yeah, let's go! 60k crit!
Gotcha.
Let's dance. A proper send-off from the Cena with love. Come on, we can do it.
Oh shit. I fucked up. There goes my healer.
Hey there! Now coming at ya. A proper send-off. Nice and spicy. Watch out! Ha-ha!
Quietly now.
Oh,
Game's up. Fun's over.
Hey there! Attack!
attack!
Watch out!
Yep. This is an under-leveled team for this. A 70 Navia, 80 Elan is fine. 60 Shaoling and a 60 Barbara. Belted that team. That guy.
Let the show begin.
You need to go and farm artifacts for this team so they're ready for the abyss. But I think this team is not that bad actually. Constant application of something on the enemy together with Navia's just bursting and crystallizing and then burst and then crystallize and then burst again. I like it.
I'll protect us.
I think technically this team would be better if I had a bit. Yeah, Primal Abyss. I got as far as I can from the Abyss. I got to floor 11. Yeah, floor level chamber 1. 21 stars is the max that I get. Because my other team was very, very bad. Like, it didn't, I had to somehow force it. But now with Navi, I think I'm gonna be good. You know, Navia, let's do her quest, shall we? Finished comedy. Anyway, this here first. Oh, she's here.
Well, if it isn't my dear partners.
That voice! It's Navia!
I didn't expect to run into you guys here today. Are you headed somewhere?
How about you, Navia? Are you still busy rebuilding Poisson?
We've wrapped up most of the
Oh, hang on.
rebuilding, but there are still a few things left to take care of.
I think I just got a drop. Yeah. Engine was like, thank you for streaming our game. Get Heroes Wit now. Stream for a little bit longer, you can get 30 Primal Gems as well. Thank you, Genshin.
Stocking up on materials, confirming construction timelines, discussing compensation terms with families affected by the disaster.
Is that your
between all
fault?
of that, I've been making a lot of trips between the court and Poisson. Well, though the victims have received relief payments from the court, in my opinion, as the administrators of Poisson, Spina di Rosula should take some responsibility as well.
Are you sure about that?
Our financial situation right now isn't the best, so all we've been doing is signing agreements for the damages to be repaid at a later date. Though just pieces of paper now, they demonstrate our commitment. They're necessary to restore the people's faith in us.
Was faith in you?
Spoken like a true president. You're a really responsible leader. That must be taking up most of your time, though, right?
Oh, you bet. Between that and all the other errands I have to run at the court, I'm always forgetting one thing or another. So before I came over this time, I took a page from Melusa's book and decided to make a list of everything. This way, it's easy to see which tasks you haven't checked off.
I just realized, by the way, Texas. I move you guys up.
And then, since Malus loved using shorthand, I decided to also follow his example and come up with some shorthand of my own. But after running a few errands in the city, I'm kind of struggling to even read my own handwriting anymore.
That does sound like you, all right. So what kind of shorthand did you use?
Oh, wanna take a look?
Let Paimon see. Wait. There's nothing here but a bunch of weird symbols. This looks like a piece of kelp wrapped around a stick. And this...
The first one has to do with confirming the final payment amount for the fishermen, while the second one is a reminder to try the new burger that just hit the market.
Navia?
Okay, Paimon can definitely see how you might forget what each of these mean.
Thank you for your advice. These are the kinds of things you only really figure out once you've tried them out yourself.
Burger.
I thought that as long as I understood my shorthand when I came up with it, I'd be sure to remember the symbols when I looked at them later. Unfortunately, I've
I know, right?
definitely proven myself wrong.
Well, now you know for next
I mean, she can eat whatever she wants. She runs around with a huge fucking claymore.
I should have already taken
On
care
high
of the
heels,
things
mind
on
you.
the list. There are still a few symbols that I can't decipher, but I don't think they're anything too super important. Worst comes to worst, I'll just make another trip.
Ah, so you're going to head back now?
Yep, that's the plan.
Like, look at it.
Oh, actually, since we talked about the reconstruction earlier, want to come with me and check out the town for yourself? You said you don't have any plans, right? So we can just catch a boat and head over. It won't take long at all.
I know, right?
It's a bit sudden, but Paimon doesn't see why not. What do you...
Then let's go. We'll take a boat over.
I think...
You mean the aquabus, right?
Oh, sorry. I meant our own boat. The aquabus doesn't have a station near Poisson, so we'll use one of the Spina's boats.
I think that this is...
All right, follow me. I'll take you there.
Oh yeah, that's me getting reward.
The engineer is still doing a few routine safety checks. We can head out as soon as we get the green light.
So, Paimon has always wanted to ask. The 3 aquabus lines are all named after people in your family, right?
Yeah, that's right. Callus and Navia are self-explanatory, while Clementine was the name that my mother went by.
If you provided the Mora to build the lines, then why isn't there even a dedicated line to Poisson? Spina di Rosula built all the lines, yet you still have to take a special boat just to go home. Paimon doesn't get it.
Well, what I heard is that most of our businesses don't actually use Poisson as a hub, so there was no real reason to build a line straight to Poisson. You are right that it is a bit strange, though. If you've already committed to build 3 lines, why not just add a 4th?
Yeah, that's what Paimon's saying. The aquabus is so convenient, it's really a huge shame.
Don't even fucking use the aqua, but...
It is what it is. You know what my father was like. Even I often struggled to figure out what was going on in his head. But that would only be the case if he cared about what others thought. My father was always really stubborn. Once he made up his mind, good luck getting him to change it. From what I've heard, the rights of all the other members of the Spina only went as far as giving him advice or suggestions, and no farther. That included my mother, too.
Huh. Well, that explains why you weren't on the greatest of terms with him.
Yeah, because I wouldn't just let him keep getting his way. He was just... not very agreeable.
Boss, the boat's ready. We can head out.
All right, then let's head out.
Navia, you sometimes can be a little bit of a hard-headed. A sweet hardhead, but still a hardhead. Waving the tides together.
It'll be a while before we get to Poisson. Let's keep talking.
Navia, what was your mother like as a person?
Question.
Oh, Paimon, sorry. She totally forgot that you mentioned before that she passed away during...
That's all right. I've heard many stories
Won't
about her
have-
from the rest of
I
the
won't.
Spina. They've always said that they were sure we would have gotten along famously. While my papa was stiff like a board, my mother was supposedly super cheerful and funny. Their complementary personalities allowed them to make up for each other's flaws. My father would run the businesses and expand our reach, while my mother would keep the peace and make sure that everyone was happy. Their work made sure that the Spina could grow and thrive.
Sounds like they were not just a well-matched couple, but fantastic business partners as well.
Yeah, but those are just stories and anecdotes after all. It's hard for me to piece together a more complete or intimate picture of her. But sometimes, I'd still look at the Clementine line and wonder, would the Spina and Poisson still be what they are today had my mother survived? Silver once said that a name is a kind of inscription, a way to etch a memory into the world. When given a name,
Still upset that
a
they both
cold,
died.
inanimate object can gain a completely new meaning. So, I will always associate the line with her in my heart. Over the past few weeks, I've also begun to appreciate how water can take in and hold our most intense feelings and memories, as well as how one may reflect on their past by watching the sea. I've lost many beloved people and memories to the sea. Even though I cannot stop for them and must continue to keep moving, the fact won't change that they existed in my life and gave me the reason and motivation to move forward, always. But no matter what, we can't change the past. But I tell myself that I need to keep looking towards the future. Everyone, even my parents, have already overcome so many obstacles. Besides, I'm the president of Spina di Rosula. I've got to keep my chin up.
Alright.
We've
Yeah, I
reached
know,
the
right?
point.
Just every
Let's go.
single goddamn
Show
time
them
Navia is on
Poisson.
screen. Just gets else, man. But she still keeps being happy and cheerful.
Do you think she's doing all right? Okay. Paimon supposes you're right. She's really been through a lot. It couldn't have been easy shouldering so much by herself.
Hang on. Give me? It does, yes. Like, I'll be honest, I think most people would have crumbled under the pressure that she would put on them. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. You always think it's heroes as people extraordinary tasks. I like to think it's heroes that can sustain extraordinary damage and still get going. That is an inspiring hero to me.
Boss, you're back! Traveler and Paimon, welcome back to Poisson.
Oh, hey! Fancy seeing you again, Florent. Is it your turn to take care of Navia now?
Hey, I can totally take care of myself. For the time being, I'll go around without any attendance. We did hand over some of Malus's old responsibilities to Florent, though. It's been really nice to have him around to help out.
Thank you for the compliment, boss. As you see, I've been working closely with the boss on rebuilding Poisson. Mr. Malus was an extremely capable and respected member of the Spina. I've got some really big shoes.
All right. There's no need to be so formal. Everyone's practically old friends by now. Were you waiting here for me? Did we manage to make any progress on the statue?
Yeah, we contacted a sculptor about the job, but they can't get started on sourcing a correctly sized block without knowing the design that we want to use first.
You're commissioning a statue?
So basically, we've been meaning to commission a statue of my parents in commemoration of everything they've done for the Spina and the town of Poisson. But since my father was known as callously unfaithful for the longest time, it would have been too controversial to commission a statue of him.
Oh, yeah.
But now that that his name has been cleared, and the town is also being rebuilt, I thought this would be the perfect chance to actually realize this dream.
The funds to build the statue were freely donated by the people of Poisson to show their appreciation for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callis and everything they did.
Me? I'm just the newbie president that's running around and causing everyone trouble.
Did you?
Maybe we can have this conversation again in a few decades, once I've done more for the town and the people.
Been with the town in crisis. Right?
Just help save the entire country.
Right?
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe that Boss should have a place on the statue.
Hey, if you keep inflating my ego like this, I might just float off into the sky with my parasol.
You can see that the sky is fake.
Just kidding. There's no way that I'd accept that kind of compliment at face value. At a minimum, I'd have to match what my father did for the people. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I just don't think I'm ready yet. Anyway, Florent, now it's up to us to confirm the final design, right?
Mm-hmm. We can ask the sculptor to start looking for a good block once we've decided on the poses for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callis. But we haven't had any real discussions yet on the possible designs. I feel like I should get a few promising designs first, and then send them over to you to review.
There's no need for all that. Let's decide on a design right now. Hey, you! Come over here with me. Modeling a few poses, of course. Here, just pretend to be Callis, and I'll be Clementine.
Why do you want me to pretend to be your father?
Didn't you say on the boat that Callis and Clementine sounded like great partners? Well, then there's no one better to fill this role than my most valuable partner. Florent,
Okay.
let's grab some reference shots.
You've got it, boss. I'll go get the camera.
Well, what do you think? Got any ideas? Well, I've actually discussed it a bit with Florent before, but I could never come up with any fresh or original ideas. It's probably because my idea of them is already kind of set in stone. So, I want to pick your brain for a bit and see if you can come up with some new and interesting ideas.
I'm all good here, boss. Feel free to start posing whenever.
A happy pose? You mean...
Would all that be able to come through with just a pic?
Would we even be able to tell what they are supposed to be laughing about?
Yeah, and that'd probably be a massive pain to sculpt as well.
Could one of you try striking a pose like you're talking while the other one laughs?
That work?
That actually sounds pretty hard to pull off. Forget it, let's try something else.
By that, do you mean as if we were standing on a boat and looking out at the sea? Sure, let's give that a try.
Whoa, you really remind Paimon of a captain in there. Look over there, my dear Clementine. As you can see, every tree on that island is dripping with mora fruit.
Paimon, why do you want money so badly?
But there's something off with the composition. This pose makes Mr. Callis look too tall next to the lady.
Oh, I see what you mean. Then let's swap.
Well, Paimon is a fan. A statue like this would look fantastic on a boat.
Wait, but we can't do that. Very few people would see the statue if we were to put it on a boat. This statue is meant to be placed in the town.
I have a feeling we're not gonna find
Since
anything.
we're putting it in the town, the whole point of the pose would be...
Oh, okay. We'll try to think of something else.
Imposing, huh? Oh, I've got it. Let's try this.
Oh.
This pose. It makes me recall Spina di Rosula's glorious golden age.
But isn't Clementine's pose a bit too bold and heroic? Was she really that kind of person? If we were to stick with this pose, maybe people would wonder if she was actually the real...
Well, tabloids did indeed speculate as much back in the day, but the Spina pulled a few strings and made both the report and the journalist disappear.
So we are mafia.
I was just kidding! Please don't make Paimon disappear.
Florent meant was that we asked the journalist to choose a new alias.
Oh,
You're right, though, that this may not accurately represent the image of her in our hearts.
that sounded like
We'll try to
mafia
come up with something
bullshit.
else.
We tried a bunch of different ideas, but none of them felt right. Paimon's all out of brain juice now.
Oh, don't worry. We still got a lot of reference shots out of the session, and each of them can be considered to... Man, if I knew I was going to do a photo shoot with the Traveler, I would have prepared a lot of outfits and props ahead of time.
Navia.
Oh, outfits! Oh, that's the errand I forgot back in the city. Do either of you still remember that girl? The girl I went to see with you two. Her name is Adele.
Oh,
Oh, Paimon remembers her. She was the one that we met while investigating Mr. Callus's case, right?
oh yeah.
Yes, that's exactly who I'm talking about. So, after the case, she was finally willing to talk to me, and she told me that she wanted to join the Spina too. I said that it's fine, but young children are not allowed to join the Spina. She will just have to wait a few years, and then we'll welcome her with open arms. Since she's still a child, though, she thought I was just trying to let her down gently. But how could I get her to believe that I meant what I said? In the end, I came up with an idea. I'd have a Spina uniform made
Oh, that's
and give it to
horrible.
her as a gift. But I got so busy and distracted in the city that I forgot to pick the uniform up. So
Don't worry, boss. I can send someone to pick it up.
on the matter of the statue, we should still come up with a few more ideas for the design. I'll have to trouble you to source some for me.
We could have just done that from the start. Yeah, you're right. They'll have some value as souvenirs at least.
Navia! Florent, guess who's back?
Huh? But aren't you supposed to...
Oh, well, if it isn't Coulter. Back already from the Fortress of Meripede?
Why are they in the fortress?
That's right. I finally finished serving my time. Gotta say, turns out I was a lot tougher than I thought. After I got out, I immediately made a beeline back to Poisson. You could say that familiar, briny smell became a primal call. You wouldn't believe how much I've missed Melissa's grilled fish. I dreamed about it every time I had to get a welfare meal down there underneath the sea.
Well,
It's
for
good
me,
to
it's
have
not
you
that bad.
back, Coulter. You look as well as ever.
And this guy is?
Ah, let me introduce you. This is Coulter, another of Spina di Rosula's members. He
Guilty.
was found
Right? I
guilty
know.
and sentenced to the Fortress of Meripede some time ago. But, looking at it now, it was probably another one of Marcel's plots while he worked at the Confrérie of Cabrières.
Wait, Mr. Marcel? What do you mean? He was involved in some sort of
Oh
plot?
boy. Doesn't know.
You not heard anything at all about the water from the primordial sea case?
Well, I know that Fontaine got flooded, but then the water levels miraculously receded. I thought that was all there was to it and didn't care to ask for any more details. Do you mean Mr. Marcel was somehow involved with all that?
Oh boy.
Oh, looks like we'll have to explain everything from the top. That case. A lot of things have happened in Poisson since then. First things first, let me introduce you to these two. They're my most trusted partners, and they've been with me through thick and thin. Now you could call them Spina di Rosula's VIP helpers.
Oh, nice to meet you. I don't recall Navia ever generously complimenting anyone like that before. So you must be pretty amazing to get that from her.
It helped fix
Yeah, we
yeah.
are indeed pretty amazing. But we've been cool.
Humble again as always, I see. Even when I was totally sincere with my praise.
Nice. Spina di Oh, that reminds me. Where are Malus and Silver? Aren't they always by your side?
About that.
Coulter, a lot of things happened while you were gone. As you can see, even Poisson isn't quite the same as how it was before you left.
They lost their lives, keeping me safe during the flood.
What did you say? This isn't some kind of morbid welcome home prank, right? You're just scaring me on purpose because I don't know anything about what's happened.
No, sadly no.
I'm sorry, but it's the truth. They weren't the only people we lost either. Many others, including Melissa, also lost their lives in the disaster.
Luce and Melissa, dead. They're just gone? Luce, I was planning to give him a surprise gift once I ran into him again in town. I can't believe it.
Hey, keep it together.
Malus and Coulter were friends for many years, and even served on many missions together during the early days of the Spina. I can understand how he feels.
Let's sit down somewhere, so I can tell you everything that has happened while you were gone. Fair warning, there was a lot.
Okay.
I don't know what will happen. I'm actually like, Jesus fucking Christ, that is a welcome home. Yeah, welcome home. Your best friend is dead, by the way.
Ready, steady, go!
It could give Barbara a lot of aid. Welcome home from prison. Here, have some depression. Indeed.
All of this, it's unbelievable. I can't believe that those stories were real. It all really happened.
It is quite a
the-
mess.
I think you and I both feel the same way about the profound tragedy of Melusa's loss. And the sheer depravity of Marcel's actions.
You're
I thought
still
Mr.
wrestling
Marceau
with
would
it.
always stand
I
by
like
the
that.
Spina. Everything he had, the Spina gave to him. It's unconscionable to have received all that, and yet still plot to kidnap and dissolve you for his insane research.
The good news is that the Confrérie of Cabriere is no more. Gone with them too is the entire synth manufacturing and distribution network. We finally closed the
Hang on.
curtain on that long struggle.
Hang on. Do Synth actually still work on Fontanians? They might not work anymore on Fontanians, right? Because they're actually humans now. The villain. Or are they still... Can they still be solved? I don't know.
Are you sure? But if Marcel wanted to rebel against us, he probably sent word in secret to Romeu.
Realm who?
Not a name I've heard before either.
Florent should remember him. You see, there was once a major internal dispute regarding funding the construction of the Aquabus lines.
Oh.
Romeu was the leader of the faction that thought such a vast sum of mora would be better spent improving the town of Poisson. But Mr. Callis believed that an opportunity to collaborate with the Court of Fontaine and the Fontaine Research Institute was hard to come by, and would allow us to build many valuable relationships. Not only would the Aquabus be a good business investment, it would also boost our reputation among the general populace, eventually paying us massive dividends down the line. But the two couldn't come to an agreement. Romeu ended up taking a lot of people with him when he left Spino di Rosula altogether, and the split was on extremely bad terms.
Ugh. And with Papa's stubbornness, I can definitely imagine how it must have gone down.
And of course, when he was suffering the slings and arrows of outrageous injustice, those relationships that he spent a fortune to build didn't help in the least.
Yeah, you could say it was the price he paid for sticking to his beliefs.
I mean, yeah, right? First time it's...
Oh, that's a good point. If Callis was really as stubborn as you say, then wouldn't he have argued with the rank and file all the time?
Oh yeah, it eventually became a thing that just happened on every day that ended with Y. But Navia, boss, you might not know this, but he wasn't always like that. He used to be a lot better with taking counsel. With him listening to our advice and Ms. Clementine also frequently on our side, it was pretty smooth sailing for a good many years.
Oh no, don't tell me with the death of her mother, he started to become more.
But on the matter of the Aquabus, even Ms. Clementine completely stood by Mr. Callus's side.
Huh. I never knew. But from my perspective, Romeo's position had a lot going for it. Couldn't they have sat down and talked it out?
I think the Aquabus was just the straw that broke the camel's back. On that topic, they eventually came to a rather radical conclusion. They believed that Miss Clementine lost her ability to serve as an impartial mediator when she became pregnant with Callus's child.
Oh god damn it! Don't blame Navia now on this again.
So
Not her fault.
they thought she had betrayed them? But that doesn't make any sense. Before she was their mediator, my mother was also her own person, and a member of the Spina. She should have the right to take any side she wished.
Yeah, but to them, even taking a side was betrayal enough. They felt like their voices could no longer be heard once their sole mediator had gone over to the other side. Of course, Ms. Clementine then passed away, and Mr. Callus began to regard the completion of the Aquabus project as her final wish. With that, the last hope of reconciliation was gone.
So that's what happened.
From that point on, Romeo and his people cut ties with the Spina, and never gave us any kind of professional or personal courtesy ever again. Perhaps they've regarded us as enemies ever since they left. But even so...
I've also heard that they aren't in a good financial position, so they've been lying low for a while. But as long as they exist, they'll continue to be a threat.
Oh. Which stuff? Hang on. That Primo jumps.
Huh. I think Coulter's got a point. Both Marcel and Romeo had my father in their sights for a very long time. Even though Marcel's faction has been dissolved, we still don't know anything about Romeo's whereabouts. If they're still trying to get revenge on us, with how distracted and vulnerable we are, now would be the best time.
Good thinking, boss. We should keep an eye on them at all times.
Thank you for that, Florent. And Coulter, thank you for telling me about this as well.
Don't worry, it's nothing. Do you have a moment right now? I've heard so many incredulous things today. I'm finding it a bit hard to calm down even now.
In that case, why don't we go back to the court? I can pick up Adele's uniform while we're there as well. It'll save Laurent's guys a trip. Want to come with me again, you two?
Of course.
Then let's go! Paimon feels like a lot's hinging on this visit.
We really are the...
I am now triple suspicious of that guy. I am now very suspicious of that guy. That guy has become my suspect number one. Please don't tell me that it's gonna be another guy that's gonna try to betray Navia. Fucking Christ, this girl doesn't get a break.
Are we not taking the boat this time?
It's nice to walk from time to time. Once we're there, we can stay a few days before we return.
Okay, I'm pretty sure.
Good. I haven't walked this road in a long time.
I'm very suspicious of this Coulter guy.
Well, we've walked far enough for now. Let's take a break. Since we're out for a walk, we shouldn't stress too much about the destination.
I've grown old, so I'm not as fit as before. It's a good thing that at least my work down in the fortress was quite the
Oh,
workout.
fucking cunt! Drop my Fanta. Oh no. Don't spill. Good. Good, everyone. Crisis averted. Oh. Telling me about... Let's go back to the video.
Well, Paimon thinks you're doing great. We didn't have to slow down for you at all.
Back in the days before the aquabus lines were
Yes.
built, we often had to hike north with our goods,
My
then
favorite
catch a boat
soda.
to the court. Malus and I must have traveled this way hundreds of times. When we were tired, we would lay down for a while on the grass, and when we were hungry, we'd catch a fish or two. The Spina was still on the rise back then. Mr. Callus was generous, and everyone had the chance to strike it rich. So, of course, we all worked really hard.
I know.
And now, in the blink of an eye, the aquabus lines have been built, and this road has fallen into disuse. Oh, I know. I was just being a little nostalgic.
Then let's stay here a bit longer.
Oh, is this another chance to try some of Navia's macarons? Paimon's been dreaming of them.
Yep, I figured you wouldn't say no to a few more. Oh, wait. Let me check if I have all the ingredients. Malus and Silver used to take care of tasks like this. Okay, seems like we're all out of flour and sugar. The two most... Oh, would you?
We should contribute to making the macaron too. Don't worry, we cook out in the wild all the time, so she should have some stuff on hand.
Do I have that?
That's great. Then I'll leave the ingredient gathering to you. As long as we have some sweet flowers and wheat.
Then I'll go look for some boxes nearby for a makeshift table and chairs.
Great. Then I'll prep the stove.
Where do you have the stove? Where did that stove come from? Navia, where did you get the stove from?
Ah, how did it go? Did you... You've all done your part.
Just has the stove? Like what? Did she pull it from under her dress?
These macarons look and taste magnificent! Your cooking is as good as ever, Navia.
Boss's baking skills have always been famous. Everyone...
Oh, it's just a hobby. There's no need to praise me for it like that.
Okay, listen. I know how macarons are made. They're not something normally that you do. Jesus Christ, that takes a lot of skill to make
Have
that.
you two seriously
Macaron.
never considered joining us? You're so close to the boss, and she obviously trusts you with all her heart, so... I see. Is that why you have to always stay on the road?
You just happened to walk in on our little reunion. It's actually been quite a while since we last spent time together.
Yeah, let's not talk about the fact that you're on my team.
Adventurers never stay in one place for long. The name of Spina di Rosula would just tie them down. Besides, after everything we've been through together, I'm sure our hearts would remain intertwined even if we found ourselves on opposite sides of the world.
Even if Paimon was far beyond the horizon, she'd still remember the delicious taste of Navia's macaron.
Paimon!
I understand now. Then I am very lucky indeed to have been... I will endeavor to make the most of this short yet for...
We've got no wine with us, but let's still toast with water.
Cheers! Hey, what are you doing? Quick!
May your travels go smoothly. May the Spina continue to...
What is in here? That wasn't all game. Didn't just... What quest is this? Fucking damn it, okay. Of course. Dude, as I've been doing the story quests, I have been getting this a lot. Like, oh yeah, please, there's shit to be done. Busy. Alright, let's... Don't care. I really don't care. You're being in my way. I have no idea how many times that happened to me. Like, it's insane how many quests are intertwined in this. Uh,
All set? Let's move out then.
okay, there we go.
I asked some old acquaintances in town to make Adele's uniform. So,
Oh, I skipped that one. What did she have to do with this? Like what? Okay. What does the NPC over there have to do with this?
hey there, Ludovine. How's business lately?
The Demoiselle of Spina de Rosula. I must say, your generous patronage is the one thing keeping me from going bankrupt.
Nonsense. We all know what a talented businesswoman you are. Oh, and don't forget, she's the...
My mistake, my mistake. Are you here for the...
Yep. I forgot to drop by earlier when I was running errands around here.
I didn't expect Demoiselle to come and pick it up in person. It's just a uniform app.
Navia's always liked to take even small things seriously.
Hey, that's not the only reason I'm here. We mostly just needed a walk to clear our heads. There are few things more uplifting than taking the first step on a new journey.
Boss has got a point. Going on a trip with friends is always better than staying cooped up at home.
You're wrong, Coulter, but go on.
Very well. Please, wait here while I retrieve the uniform for you.
Can someone remind Paimon again why Adele wants to join the Spina?
She hasn't given me any concrete reasons. All she says is that she really looks up to me. After we cleared her father's name, she became a lot more cheerful and outgoing. It's probably because she now knows for sure that her father was never a bad person. She said she used to be terrified of Papa, so as a result, she found all the rest of the Spina super scary as well. But the Spina is very different now. She mustered up the courage to talk to me. Yeah, you could say that.
What is this guy
Told her the
doing
truth
there?
About the case, I was able to give her closure at the same time.
Also, I feel like the traveler should be able to see.
She said that she wanted to become someone like me. Someone who could lend a hand to others, instead of standing still and waiting for others to help her.
From the sound of it, she'll be a wonderful addition to the Spina.
I think so too.
Like, look,
But for now,
the traveler should be able to
there's
see
great
him. Yeah, okay,
atmosphere to
there
grow
she
and
goes.
thrive. She can commit to us once she's older, and can really make that decision for herself.
Is something up, Traveler? Huh? Tailing? Oh, Paimon's coming.
I'll go check it out too. Coulter, please
I know,
hold on to
right?
this for me.
All right.
Paimon saw them too. They headed up.
Okay, can I run?
Stop right there.
Oh, I have hydro trap. Too slow, bitch boy. Okay, what the fuck? She is on high heels. How did she catch up on you?
We knew you were going to be difficult.
Seems like if we want them to talk,
Brothers, there's no need to skulk in the dark anymore.
Please. Please. Hi, Navia.
coming at ya.
It's a weapon also.
Let the show be.
Why does my Navia almost make more damage than... What?
A proper send-off from the Spina with love. Coming at ya.
Okay, never mind. She did 61k.
Now, talk. Who are you? And why were you tailing us?
Don't think we'll let you off easy if you keep silent.
How did it go, boss?
If you thought they stood any chance against us, you were sorely mistaken.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it's the trials. They give you the signature weapons on trial. And I was like, Actually, my Navia is doing about the same amount of damage, so... Easy.
Anyway, playing tough and start talking. There won't be any room for negotiation once the Maison Gardiennage gets involved.
I just realized also that's probably because I have C3 Navia. That's why my Navia is hitting like a truck. Kind of comparable to the trial.
We're looking to get vengeance on Spina di Rosula. We were discovered and can't
Get revenge? Wait, you're not Romeu's followers, are you?
You actually know that name? But if you do, then surely you should understand why we hate.
Indeed. You haven't got the faintest hope of winning right now.
We were out drinking when we saw Navia. We got so angry we decided to follow you guys and look for an opportunity to really mess up your day.
You are cute.
Too bad you guys messed up ours first. Huh? You're pretty sharp, but so what? We didn't do anything. And now it should be pretty obvious that we can't do anything to you anyway. Seeing you like that just really ticked us off. And we let the drink go to our heads.
Listen, Callus is long dead. I am the current president of Spina di Rosula. If your boss wants to talk with me, I'd be happy to meet with him. I won't press charges for your attack.
I understand. Thank you.
Hmm.
I'll let our boss know.
But if you so much as think about pulling something like this again, I won't be so lenient next time. Understood?
All right. We get it. Come on, let's go.
Are you sure it's okay to just let them go like that, Navia?
I don't want to inherit my father's grudges, too. Moreover, when it comes to if the other side is willing to talk, I'm happy to open the door for—
I support Boss's decision as well. The concept of an eye for an eye is a primitive practice that has no place in today's Spina di Rosula.
An eye for an eye and the world goes blind.
Yes. Plus, we already know that they're strapped for cash. If their financial situation is that dire, they don't have what it takes to challenge us. So this may be the best time to talk. I still think we should keep an eye out for Romeu's folks, though. If he decides to ignore the warning I gave his men, then we could still have a fight on our hands.
Yeah, those guys definitely didn't look like big fans of yours.
I'd rather things not go that far, since, though we haven't talked to each other for years, once upon a time we were all a part of the—
Yep, that's how I feel as well. Anyway, now it's getting late already. So why don't we stay the night in the Fleuve Cendre? I'll also ask someone to write Florent a letter and inform him of everything that happened here today, so he can increase security around—
Listen, if I somehow
and be
got
on
the
guard
weapon
against
as
any
well,
suspicious individuals.
my bank would be very upset with me.
I have to stay in the Fleuve Cendre again.
Sorry, that's just what happens when you live near water and don't get much sunlight. Poisson's pretty much the same, though. We can still go out in the evening for some grilled fish and drinks, though. Bet you there'll be people singing sea shanty.
Huh. That does sound pretty cool. Okay, Paimon.
Love the traveler's face.
Paimon wants to sing too.
Traveler's always like, you're such a baby. What do I need actually to get show? Chilies and this. For me.
I wonder when I'll be as tall as my big sister.
At the ocean, that's so annoying. Oceanids actually say something if you have Farina? Your team? No, considering Focalor or Novelette? I feel like they should say something. Literally like with Biden comes over and be like, hi, how you doing? And
It
like,
does feel like this place is starting to grow up. If you think about it, it would be kind of weird if the Spina's base at the court was some
Totally. Although, of course, with the continued growth of the Spina, he was a very ambitious man. who rarely looked behind or beneath him. For better or worse, that always made him stand out from the crowd.
And that's also why people hated him just as much as they loved him.
All right. Why don't you go wait for me at the restaurant? You can use the same room as last time.
Yep. Kinda hard to forget when there are only so many rooms here after all.
Oh, did I just hear someone
Okay.
taking a dig at Fleuve Cendre? I'll tell my guys to stuff your pillows full of actual seaweed right now.
Huh.
Paimon, sorry! Please have mercy, Navia. If you do that, then Paimon really won't be able to sleep at all.
I was just kidding. Be on your way now.
Don't forget, they're actually mafia. Navia is actually a mafia. Hang on, let me show you this because this is actually hilarious. So, her sunlit, her ultimate, right? This is the flavor text. Mina de Rosula's salute is a preemptive celebration of the successful conclusion of our negotiations, and it is fired just before talks begin. Don't misunderstand, it isn't in any way, shape, or form a kind of threat. So they're firing fucking cannons when they start a negotiation. Not as an intimidation, mind you. Clearly.
Hello? Are you asleep yet? Oh, no, not at all. I just figured that since we don't get to enjoy, wanna go fishing? I've got some.
Oh, so that's the prep you were talking about. Sure, we'll come.
We are happy to see you type of kind of,
Hopefully
yes.
I didn't wake you or anything. I knew it. You really are my best partner. Okay, let's go.
Gonna go fishing with Navia. Fishing with Navia. That is quite far out. Wait, does Navia jump? Does she do the dolphin thing as well? Yes, she does. All Fontanians do the dolphin thing. Like, look, if you try that with the alarm, work. If you have any Fontanian and you do that, fishing some dead ocean, it's my Christ. Oh, wow. Okay.
How can you call this fishing when you're using a fully automatic rod?
Alright.
What's the problem? Lots of people in Poisson use rods like these.
But shouldn't fishing be all about, you know, attentively watching the float?
Well, that's one way to enjoy fishing. What do you think, traveler? That's how I feel as well. To me,
I'm-
I'm happy as long as I catch some fish.
Wouldn't be, yeah, you have to be a Fontanian dive. Weird because Kokomi or everything points to her being a mermaid, but she doesn't do it.
Honestly, Paimon's mainly shocked at how much energy you still have at this hour. Usually by this...
Huh. It might just be something that runs in my family.
That's a thing?
I'm sure you'd get even sleepier if I delved more deeply into it. Anyway, I wish my father always had a lot of unrealistic expectations for me. But the more that he tried to get me to become like him, the less I wanted to listen to what he had to say. My mother never had those kinds of expectations, though. I've heard that she had only one wish for me, which was that I would have a happy and secure childhood. All the members of the Spina greatly respected her wish, so no matter what I did as a child, they were happy to humor me. Can you imagine? Whenever my father wanted to scold me for something I'd done, everyone would form up into 2 rows and just stand silently and listen to him rant. Malouse and Silver were always there too.
Oh,
No matter what Papa yelled, nobody else would say a word. Eventually, Papa must have recognized scolding me over trivial matters was pointless, because he eventually stopped getting on my case so often.
I just saw there is a... Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Paimon would have never guessed.
Yeah, looking back on it now as an adult, I can hardly believe how patient and kind everyone was. When I was young, I often thought that I could do whatever I wanted, because there'd always be someone there to clean up after me. But once, I saw Malus come back wounded. He wouldn't tell me how he'd been injured, but I could tell it had something to do with me.
Crab, what are you doing? Crab, what are you doing? Crab, stop trying to go up Lumina. Stop it. I know, right? The fuck is she doing?
That there's always a cost to making a mistake. The more you care about those around you, the more you should care about doing the right thing to the best of your abilities. Because if you do falter, there'll inevitably come a time when you'll have to face the consequences. And when that time comes, those most precious to you really will throw themselves in front of you and pay the price for your mistakes.
The flooding was not your mistake, Navia. Stop it.
Sorry.
What are you doing,
I
Crab?
brought that up.
You can't... I don't think you can see
Decided
it
to talk
because...
about sad things tonight.
Yeah, you can't see it because my model is in the way. But there is a crab trying to go up Lumina's butt.
Basically, I was just saying that the nurturing atmosphere of the Spina must have been my mother's legacy, rather than my father's. And if that's the only way that I can continue to feel her love, then I'd like to pass that warmth on.
Is that why you let those guys go today?
Mm-hmm. Although, maybe there's a part of not wanting to repeat the mistakes of the past. I want to be reasonable, at least. Hey, look! I think you've got something on the
But why isn't there...
Oh, there must be something wrong with how I installed the mechanism. It was my first time putting one of those rods together. We can't let it get away. Come on, you two. Let's catch it.
You want Paimon to help too?
Come on. Can't see focusing.
You didn't attach a hook to your line?
Navia!
Stop wasting time! The boss ain't gonna wait all day. We'll go ahead with the operation tomorrow. Do with that information as you wish.
Well, your rod was missing a part, too.
Well, if we're just talking about the number of missing parts, sure.
All right.
What? Why can't Navia just catch a break?
Yeah,
She
so
keeps
how
catching
was
out.
this night?
Paimon dreamt that she danced with the sea stars.
Huh.
I didn't know you had such a great sense of humor.
See? This guy gets it.
Anyway, let's head out. I'll arrange for a boat to take us back to Poisson. I'm sure Adele will be happy to
Paimon hopes she'll
I hope so too.
They're plotting an assassination attempt on Navia. After she fucking... Some bitches' heads are gonna be flying. Will be heads rolling. There we go.
Adele, we're back. We brought you a gift from the court too.
Whoa! Thank you so much, boss.
Don't call her boss, okay, Adele?
Oh, it's all right. I don't mind. Besides the
It's been a while.
Yes.
Oh, it's you two. It has been a while indeed. Thank you so much for your
I like the
help on
voice
Shaw's
actress.
case.
Because it sounds like she is tired. She's like permanently tired.
I've heard heard that you also helped save all of Fontaine. You're truly just like the great heroes of legend.
You're really amazing. And if Miss Navia's your friend, then she puts in this thing.
Of course.
Oh, it's a
Well, it's a gift for future you. When you first told me, but it's the Spina's responsibility to protect everyone as well. Being a member means becoming involved in all kinds of dangerous situations. And since you're... So, I turned you down then by telling you that you'll have to wait until you're older. But this uniform is a promise that you can join us once you're old enough to wear it.
Oh, so that's it. Well,
But you can't really grow up fast.
Everyone, I'm really grateful that you remembered my thanks to the protection of the Spina, even though her father's no longer.
Oh, it's the least we could do. As long as you live...
Boss!
Happening.
Huh? Is something up, Florent?
I've got something urgent to report. Romeo and his folks have gathered outside Poisson.
What?
It seems like they've been planning this for some time. We started, but Romeo and his folks must have gotten wind as well. Because they abandoned their former post, we investigated their tracks and found...
they have smartened up since we caught them red-handed.
Seems like they've got no interest in sitting down and talking at all.
Sorry, I underestimated the situation. Well, too late.
On the hill to the east of Poisson, near the Clementine...
They want to blow up the Clementine line?
Certainly sounds like it.
Romeo and his followers hate the Spina, and everything to do with... If they manage to blow up the Aquabus line...
Are they insane? There's tons of innocent people in...
Yeah. If they've been planning this for ages, we have to issue an evacuation order to the townspeople. And get them as...
Let's get everyone onto our...
My dear partner, if the explosives do go off, not only would the people of Poisson be in danger, let's stop their insanity first. Then settle the score with them.
Leave it to us.
That is a bait, though. I feel like the real goal is Navia.
Let's go, you two. We've got to act fast. Miss Coralie, please take Adele to the ship.
Watch out, boss!
Again. Why?
What do you think you're doing, Coulter?
I thought all the annoying little hindrances had left.
You mean... Oh. I get it now. You knew about their plans all along. You only told us they were doing badly so that we'd drop our guard.
Not quite. Though I share their positions on... And that's because... Out of the entire Spina di Rosula, I
Why?
only hate you. Only you, Navia.
You better stick close to me.
Why?
Romeo promised me that he would leave Poisson alone but it was like you were glued at the hip to that pesky traveler. You never gave me a chance to make my move. Romeo has lost his patience. I didn't have to be here today, you know. But I swore that I'd kill you.
Okay.
Even if it meant being buried with you in the rubble.
Why?
Only someone as clueless about the past as you would ask such a foolish question. You never saw the heyday of Spina di Rosula, nor did you ever live through the golden age of Poisson. But I saw it all with my own eye, and it was all because of you, Navia.
Hey?
Clementine died because of you. Callus died because of you. Malus and Silver died because of you. And so many more dead. Everyone dead, all because of you.
Shut the fuck up.
So the shock and grief you showed us before...
Now you're catching on. I heard Malus was dead the moment I got out. Did you know? Down there in that blasted fortress, I spent a long... Back then, because of that Aquabus, we had a huge fallout. I was convinced that all he cared about was loyalty. The years passed by in a blur after that. I thought I had finally begun to understand him, and that he could... But then he died, and it was because of you again, Navia. It's always because of you. I once loved the Spina and Poisson more than anyone else. But what is left now of either besides death and ruin? You've single-handedly destroyed everything that was beautiful. Everything I've ever loved.
Don't listen to him, boss!
Have you ever considered that? Maybe the people. Have you ever considered that? Maybe you only get respect because you're Callus and Clementine's child? That you've never
Christ.
done anything worthy? That you're just a big nothing?
Yeah, right?
Have you ever considered that? Maybe people don't stay in Poisson because of you, but only because they have
Projecting
such beautiful
much.
memories of the past before.
Because if you do falter, there'll inevitably come a time when you'll have to face the consequences. And when that time comes, those most precious to you really will throw themselves in front of you. Yeah, but is that really why?
Shut your mouth! I, for one, really like
Thank you, little kid.
and my mom loves her too. I don't know how to explain it, but
I'm sure Mr. Malus would be extremely disappointed in you right now.
Would
You
be.
somehow managed to pin the blame for every mistake and tragedy in our history on the boss herself.
Get out of the way, Florent.
You're gonna have boss. There's no time for this.
Maybe you think you're being the realist by painting the history of the Spina and Poisson like this.
You're an idiot.
But the love that I felt from everyone was just as real. I felt it. They've helped me get to where I am. And even now, I will continue to believe in that love. So let me show you just how much I love the Spina di Rosula.
coming at ya! Watch out!
Get wrecked, scrub. Person living in the past, I like that. That is fitting.
Hey there! Hiya! Attack!
Cannon, let's go!
That's the way! Aha! Ha! Coming at ya! Cha! Hey there!
Get ahead.
Laurent, I'll leave the town to you. Summon. If you find any of Coulter's accomplices, subdue them quickly. And don't. I can't allow my partner to face the danger on the Clementine line alone.
Got it, boss. I'm on it. Are you okay, Navia?
I don't know, but I have to go.
Motherfucker's so stuck up in the past, he found somebody to blame all his
Let's hurry
misfortune.
up then. We have to protect the Clem. If they're gonna blow up the waterway, they must have planted the.
Busted.
But I need to kill these guys as well.
Let's
Okay.
dance. Nice and
Oh.
Attack! That's the way. Coming at ya. Hey there!
Things are about to get dicey. Quietly now.
Hey there!
Oh,
Send off.
more rockets!
Now I'm really in a pickle. La, 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 la.
Get out of here.
Coming at ya. We certainly brought a lot of muscle. They're really slowing us down. But if we're meeting resistance, we must be heading in the right direction.
There. Drop the bombs.
First send off. From the watch out. Booba, get them.
Busted.
Let the show begin.
Game's up. Fun's over.
Coming at ya. Attack.
More rockets. One bombs.
Hey there. These must be the explosives, right? And this is the control mechanism. How can we? Oh, Paimon's too scared to touch any of this stuff. Huh? There's a strangely shaped hole here. What is it for? Oh, that certainly sounds possible. Okay, you take this side, Paimon will take the other. Oh, you found it! That's amazing!
You stop? Can I?
That should do it, right? Navia and Florent should be able to relax now. Oh, you're right. They could have said.
Oh, cutscene.
They're gonna bury Poisson!
I was about to say, don't we have geopowers for that? Okay. Four rocks.
Great work, partner. Just leave the rest to me.
Watch out, Navia! You can't block them all!
Block. I'm doing this the Spina way.
Doesn't have that much cartridge normally. Excuse you, game. Huh. Oh. Alerted the moment of the Yep. Job, you idiot. Massive buffoon.
I
Absolute.
heard from Thierry that even they're your enemies now. They were once a part of Spina di Rosula.
I have nothing more to say to them. Regardless of whether their hatred and anger towards me or the Spina was justified, anyone who's willing to endanger innocent civilians is no longer sane enough to even be worth trying to talk to. Please prosecute them in accordance to the law. Spina di Rosula will not raise any objections.
Sounds good. We're very appreciative of your help. Without it, the consequences would have been far worse. All right, this operation is a wrap. Take him away.
We won, Navia! We saved everyone! And you were so cool!
Yeah. Luckily, we were just in time. It's probably because I expended too much elemental energy at once.
But you usually glow up whenever other people compliment you.
Boss, we managed to catch all the infiltrators in the town. The Maison Gardiennage is taking them away as well. Seems like Romeo really went all in on this mission. If he sent literally everyone he had, though, that also means we've caught them all too.
Got it.
Total shit.
Coulter, I can understand how you feel. I am not callous, and I will also never, but I will not change how I feel about our future. I will spend more of what the Spina earns on the betterment of Poisson. So that one day, the people of Poisson will enjoy the boons it brings as well.
I know what you're trying to say. Mr. Cap, there are too many things in life that are just beyond our control. In that, we are the same.
Henceforth, you are no longer a member of Spina di Rosula, but once you're discharged from the fortress again.
Thank you.
The fact that you're still willing to give them another chance. Jesus Christ now. Time for the war.
As I thought. Boss really is a kind and gentle person.
She is also, I must say, a truly unlucky person.
That's true.
Thank you for protecting the Clementine line. I was actually really scared, you know. I mean, even the Callus line won't be getting rebuilt anytime soon. If I'd lost the a name is a way to etch a memory onto the world. Losing the line that bears her name, that I can seeing it still standing there.
What happened while we were gone?
Just give her some time.
Thank you so much. Traveler, I
Oh.
want to ask you something. And please, tell me the truth. Do you really see me as your partner?
Of course.
That's good then. Hearing that, it brings me more relief than I can say.
Can I have that art? I want it as a background.
any better after taking a break?
I feel quite a bit better. But I should probably still rest for a few more days. Sorry, partner. I said some weird things earlier. I used to think that I'd never doubt myself. But Coulter mentioned do you think...
Don't think like that, Navia.
I was about to say,
You've
calm
already
down.
done more than enough. No matter what others think, we'll always support you to the end of the world.
Well, since it's ended up like this, there's something that I've been keeping from you as well.
Florent, I hope you can understand that I can't deal with any more shocking revelations right now.
Don't worry. This surprise will be a pleasant one.
You had the statue already made, didn't you? You had the statue already made, you motherfucker. That's gonna be the thing. This is gonna be it, isn't it? They actually already made the statue. They already made the statue. You can see it up there. Oh! Oh, hi everyone.
Why is everyone gathered here? And what's... this?
This was supposed to be a gift to you from everyone in the town. We were originally planning to show it to you once it was finished, but special times call for special measures. I've never seen you look so defeated before, so I've decided to show you the designs before the final product was done.
Do I really look that bad?
Sound worse than you
if you're
look,
ready,
Roger.
I'll unveil the present.
Oh, that's love. Oh, that is absolutely love.
This is... Papa, Mother, and me.
We designed the look for Miss Clementine based on old camera records, as well as personal recollections from members of the Spina.
Wow! This is the statue you mentioned before?
It is indeed. To be honest, we decided on the design a long time ago, and gave the sculptor permission to begin working.
I knew it!
We only asked Boss to decide on a design so she wouldn't realize we had already started.
How could we only have statues of Mr. Callus and Mrs. Clementine?
Yep.
Even though Boss is still young, we've all seen the work she's put in regarding the whole synth business and the rebuilding of Poisson.
We wanted to commemorate her contributions with a statue as well.
I don't know what Spina di Rosula was like in the past.
With Navia around, we're not worried.
We're gathered here today that we support you and believe in you wholeheartedly.
That's what we believe as well.
Gonna start fucking crying.
So much, everyone. Then I'll be brave, and this really is quite the surprise. I never thought that I'd have the chance to stand next to my mother. Not even in my wildest dreams.
I hope we can see the statue in the future. I want to actually see the statue here. That would be great. What are you thinking? Wanna talk to yourself?
It seems like I started to question myself a bit too much. I'll pick myself up again, and looking back on it, I'm honestly embarrassed by how I acted earlier. I'm sure everyone longs for that one thing in life that seems trivial to others, but they themselves can never obtain. To me, that would be a family portrait. I've always been super jealous of other people's family photos. I've never thought I'd receive a family portrait of my own. Especially not like this. It seems like I'm not such an unlucky person after all.
Hi.
It seems like I start looking back on it. I've thought about it before. Though my mother only wanted me to live a happy life, that's actually a tall order as well. In practice, it's just as hard to achieve my father's expectations for me.
Why do I have 4 people? What's happening? Oh. There's just somebody here that's trying to talk to me. These people come and the entire time. I don't... Who are you? I don't know you. You're not in any other server. I'm not interested to talking to you. Don't talk at me.
Even though my parents had very different personalities, they always had a lot of respect for each other.
I clicked. Excuse you?
The Aquabus project was a monumental project that stood to benefit all of Fontaine. It would have been a little close-minded to assess or evaluate it only from the perspective of the clan. I think that's probably why she didn't step in to mediate or oppose the building of the lines. It seems like, looking back on it...
Now the real question.
Oh, whoa. Why'd you have to remind me? Please don't say that again. It's super embarrassing for me. Oh, forget it now. Please forget that I ever said anything. Oh, okay. But please keep it a secret between us from now on.
Adorable. Yeah, I can't wait to see that statue one day here. Hoyo, better make that statue a reality. Anyway, that was Navia's story quest. That was absolutely adorable. Jesus fucking Christ, my girl cannot catch a single dub. Just catches strays, left, right, and center. By the way, I'm gonna get 5 more wishes here. Gonna come up before this runs out. Important to... Anyway, time for the other quest. Who is ready to play with some muskets? I'll just float. There we go. Wait, there's drops for Genshin? Didn't realize there was drop for Genshin. Who are you? Jori?
Miss Chiori?
Jori, not Jori.
Your talk with the investor sure went fast. The Aquabus hasn't even arrived yet. Oh? And who are they?
Allow me to introduce you. This is the Traveler and Paimon.
Pleased to meet you.
Likewise! We've heard the owner of Chioriya Boutique is a skilled seamstress, so it's a real pleasure to finally meet you in person.
Oh, she made Navia's wardrobe.
I strove to create an outfit that matched her high social station as the demoiselle. So tell me, what happened?
Well, it's like this.
Ugh.
I know, Chiori, you don't have to say it. You did remind me that this investor was a little bit sketchy.
Yes, there's no doubt about that.
But how could I pass it up? He offered...
And therein lies the problem.
Yes, but just put yourself in my shoes. After obtaining such an excellent script, the budgets that the others had proposed were nowhere near enough. It's difficult to find someone willing to front such a large amount of...
Don't be sad, Xavier. We might be able to help scrounge up...
Oh, thank you, Paimon. That means a lot to me. But the cost of the film is staggering. I'm afraid that any Mora we can scrounge together in a short amount of time won't even be able to cover the actors' fees.
We need to move on. What's happened has already happened, and there's no changing it.
What? You're saying...
No, that's not what I mean. The actors I recommended aren't just after Mora after all.
Did you recommend? Because I think I saw somebody here that would be very interested. Oh, hi. Oh, she as well.
Really? Then where do you live? We Malazines live in Mercy Village. The only way to enter is from underwater.
Oh, you must be pretty tired after work every day, right?
We are so thoughtful. But some Malazines choose to live in the Court of Fontaine because it's so much more convenient.
There.
This is our stop.
Oh, we've arrived. But I also enjoyed Aval's introductions to Fontaine along the way. Everything you described was so clear and detailed that we can't help but want to hear more.
How did you...
Thank you so much. I'm usually working here on this aqua bus, so I hope I'll have the chance to see you again. There are still many more places I'd like to introduce to you.
Horrible. I love Melusines. They're so adorable.
Welcome to the Court of Fontaine. Chiori, you sure have changed a lot. This is the first time we've seen you since you left Inazuma. I haven't realized it's been so long. I was in such a rush when I left that I didn't even get to say goodbye.
Thank you for extending the invitation, Mr. Xavier. I'm looking forward to a fruitful trip here in Fontaine.
Of course.
It's an honor to have the head of the Kamisato clan visit us.
So they're who you meant when you said you had actors coming from Inazuma?
Oh? It's the Traveler and Paimon.
Wow, what a coincidence! Ayaka and I were just talking about you on the way here. Are you also here for the film?
We just ran into Xavier earlier and came over with him.
But I'm not an actress. Sir Kamisato and Lady Ayaka are the real actors here. I'm just tagging along with Ayaka to have a good time together.
I thought I would always get the lead role.
About that, I mean, how was I supposed to contact you when I was making preparations for the film? I figured you were probably busy, and I didn't want to disturb you.
Oh, come
so
on.
I could only keep you in the back of my mind while I sought other actors to play the lead roles in the film.
I had been thinking about a surprise reunion with you during our trip here, but you still managed to surprise me first.
Oh, what can I say?
You all know each other already. My, what a coincidence. What are the chances everyone could be brought together here like
Okay,
this?
Xavier, if there is a person that is somehow important or famous or anything like that, I've probably met them. And probably helped them out in some way or another. That is just the way that the Traveler...
Why don't we go to Hotel de Boer and catch up over...
Huh? Did you reserve 2 spots for us?
Yes, of course, of course. I'll be sure to tell the boss to serve a few more delicious...
Very well. Then please.
Are you here for the fireworks, like special effects? The film? I just did the story quest with her, by the way. It's adorable.
Wow, the buildings in Fontaine are so tall. Just look at how big they are.
And there's the fountain that Aval mentioned earlier. It really is a magnificent sight.
Just realized this is probably the first time they left Inazuma, isn't it? Like they were probably always inside Inazuma before.
And look at that huge spinning sphere. Where does it get its power? Wait!
Okay. Wait, what's this? Oh! Which game is this? Oh, right, okay. Okay, never mind, I remember. So it's up there. Exploration team, go out. Not exploration team, main team, go out.
Squall Fury.
I'll be honest, I think I'm gonna be using this team mostly for outside of the abyss. Because it is so fucking convenient to have the Wanderer just fly everywhere. Like, it is so convenient having the Wanderer fly. You have no idea.
So this is what food from Fontaine is like. It sure is different from what we have in Inazuma.
Yes. When I first went to Inazuma, I actually thought the food there tasted a little too...
Let's get back to the purpose
There
of
was
this
a-
trip for a moment, shall we?
Well, I've already assembled most of the film crew. A lighting specialist, a prop manager, and a costume designer. I've also bought the...
Oh, it's called The Two Musketeers, right? I read the script you sent me.
Originally, I was planning to start filming as soon as Sir Kamisato...
Oh?
It has to do with the film's investor, Mr. Morris. He suddenly informed me this morning that he's encountered some financial...
It's said that Fontaine's legal system is well developed. If he has violated the contract...
Well, I'm still more concerned about filming. Even if I were to take him to court, I'm afraid it would take months before the case could even be heard.
That is true.
Then, is there a way we could raise funds ourselves?
I've considered that option too, but unfortunately, it's difficult to gather such a large amount of mora on...
Mr. Xavier, if Ayaka and I were willing to perform for free, would that resolve the problem?
What? No, out of the question. To have you come all this way just to act for free?
All right.
No, that won't do.
There's no need to worry, Mr. Xavier. My brother and I had actually intended to work for free after Inazuma has only recently reopened its borders and needs to strengthen its relations and cultural ties with other nations. We didn't have many collaboration projects with Fontaine in the past.
Indeed. You could say that's the real reason why the Yashiro Commission agreed to come to Fontaine.
I understand, but having you two...
Not at all. While we're officially here to conduct a cultural survey of sorts, we must express our sincerity if we want to establish formal cultural ties with your nation. This film will serve as proof of friendly cooperation and cultural exchange between Inazuma and Fontaine. If you still don't feel comfortable with this arrangement, I would also be more than happy to be introduced to some...
I did the
other
story
notable
quest for him,
individuals in
so I
Fontaine
actually know who he
in
is.
artistic circles.
All right, I'll do as you say. Thank you so much. I'll make sure to cobble together enough mora now, even if it means...
Come on now, no need to go that far. I'll also help you out as a brand sponsor. Me too, even though I didn't bring much more.
You are too kind, all of you.
Ew. All right, enough about that. Now that
Thank
we have
you.
Xavier's savings, my support, and 2 leads who are willing to act for free, so instead of Mora, you'll help with filming and production.
Oh, but how?
All right, pull yourself together, Xavier.
All right. Let me think. We still need a camera operator, a clapper loader, and I originally wanted to personally serve as director, but I've been too busy working as the producer. So the positions of director and...
Paimon knows what the director and the logistics support person...
The clapper loader is responsible for using the clapper board to record and organize the information of each shot. When the camera operator begins shooting, the work requires...
Clapperboard?
Yes, that's right.
For sure! Paimon's always wanted to...
All right, then you'll be our clapper loader. I can find someone from the store to help with logistics.
Oh, fine by me. As for our camera operator...
Oh, she's great when it comes to using a camera. Paimon can't even count
That's
how
true.
many
I
things
did, I did a lot of...
during our journey.
Yes, that's also what I was thinking. I noticed the Traveler had an eye for photography and composition when we worked together previously.
I'm sure that's due to the Traveler's journey across Teyvat and all the places I've seen.
What do you say, Traveler? Are you interested in the job?
Sure.
Thank you. It really means a lot to me. Come on, friend. Let me give you a big warm
Okay,
hug.
let's get to work.
All that's left for us to find is a director and an assistant.
Oh,
Yes.
me! I want to be the director's assistant. All we need to do is...
All right, then all we need is a director. Oh, all the well-known
Oh, Farina helped out a theater troupe recently by serving as an artistic consultant. She
True.
could be a good director, right? Besides, it's not like she has anything else to do right now.
Farina? Do you really think Lady Farina would be willing to help us with our humble
Oh,
project?
trust me.
Isn't that the name of Fontaine's Hydro Archon? My brother has already informed me about what happened here in Fontaine.
Yep, that's
Alma.
her. She helped out a theater troupe not too long ago, and now she's taking up work as a director.
Well,
I saw that musical. Her performance was perfect, and the storyboards were also excellent. Don't let her former identity intimidate you. She's the best candidate we can think of right now. You'll never know until you give her a shot.
Fine.
Oh.
You're right, Chiori. I'll do anything for. Then I'll have to ask the Traveler and Paimon to show me the way to.
Do you need us to also come along?
No, there's no need to trouble you with this. Besides, you've just arrived in Fontaine, and I'm sure there are many places you would like to visit. Just leave this task to me.
Very well. Then
I'll go with you. By the way, you might want to consider bringing a gift.
And don't worry, we won't simply drop you off at Farina's place. We know Farina pretty well by
You do
now.
that.
So having some familiar faces there should help your chances. Besides,
All right, then I'll start making preparations. As for the gift.
A gift for someone who was once seen as the Hydra Oricon. I wonder what she would like.
Ron?
I
Macaronis?
recall that Lady Farina once fancied a clockwork ring.
Huh? Can't we just bring some dessert?
but wouldn't that be a little too cheap?
Isn't the Fontanalia Festival happening right now? I heard Abel tell us on the Aquabus that Farina introduced the tradition of going door to door and asking for sweets.
Wait, so Farina is the reason that Halloween exists in
To do
Genshin?
something like that, she must have a real sweet tooth. I agree with Yoimiya. If the gift is too fancy, it might actually make her feel more uncomfortable.
Alright then, let's go back.
But will that really be enough? We'll be asking her to do a.
You're right. We need to further sweeten the deal.
Huh? You want something even sweeter than...
Yes, we'll need a gift that's sweeter than any dessert in the world.
Well, look at that!
Huh? Words of praise? I mean, okay, she is. You know what? She does like praise. Like, Farina is a well-known sweet tooth, and she loves to eat.
The wind rises.
Alright, let's go.
Here, this is where Farina...
Okay, I'll go knock on the door.
Even at home?
Seriously, who's knocking before afternoon tea?
Just wake up, Farina.
Who are you?
Lady Farina, please allow me to introduce myself. I am.
Hello. Oh, is that the Traveler in Paimon I see behind you? And
I'm Chiori.
the one from Chioria Boutique. Hello, hello. So, what are you all doing here? Do you need something?
Yeah.
Did you just get up, Farina? It's already past noon, you know. Huh? Oh, Paimon means the weather is so nice in the afternoon and the sun is so warm. Just like how you make us feel. Sleeping in late is a really smart idea.
Ivan, what do you do?
I was just up late last night reading some novels. What does...
This is a small gift we've prepared.
No need to be so formal. I'm just a regular person like everyone else now. Oh, is this Fontanalia mousse? It's one of my favorites.
That's great! So, actually, given your renowned passion and understanding of drama, I would like to ask that you serve as the director of our film crew.
Oh, but didn't you just say that...
Yes, but for this particular project, I'm mainly working as a producer. Besides, I'm sure that you're...
Are the Traveler and...
Yep, we sure are. Paimon's the
camera operator. That can be a pretty technical job. And direct... No, I'm not questioning your abilities. It's just that I've never really seen you use a camera before.
Not been with me a long time.
Maybe you can come up with a test for the trap if she can satisfy you with her camera skills?
You sure are getting better at rolling with the situation, Paimon. Alright, how about this? We'll work with what we have. I'll give you some scenarios and see if your work is up to
Whatever
my
you say,
standards.
director.
Very good. It's essentially essential for the camera operator to understand the director's vision. I'll make my decision after seeing your work.
Good.
Are you ready? I have high standards, you know.
If I'm ready.
Grab the camera and I'll give you a scenario.
Tell us the boss of the moon. Forging machine is emotional video for her workshop. To emphasize the quality of it. Yeah, I did that. That is literally a minigame. Camera position requirement. That shows up the forging machine network. P1. Oh. You need a scene that shows up ranged weapons. Okay, they're making it much easier. Minigame is significantly harder than that. Okay. Doesn't look that relaxed, but that's not my fault. That's her being a bad actress. Right, are you happy now, Farina? Wasn't really that hard.
It appeared all the shots had a great composition, and I could really
Yeah! Does that mean you agree?
Did you think I would agree just like that? After our performance, in fact, I've already had several troops approach me for the Fontanaia Film Festival. If others were to find out I agreed to work with you so—
Hey, but didn't we have a deal? What else do
well,
Huh?
you know, how much you're willing to pay me to—
Well, I can offer you this much?
What? That's all? If Matt were to hear of this, he could charge you with underpaying your labor.
That is true.
I'm sorry, but our crew is...
I see. Well, even though it's highly unlikely now that I'll join your crew.
Oh, our script is an adaptation of The Two Musketeers.
Huh? Wait, you mean the suspense thriller novel that was a #1 bestseller?
Oh, so Farina's read it too.
Of course I read it. I've always had a keen interest in artistic works that strike a chord with the populace. I see. It all makes sense now. You must have used most of the budget to pay for the—
Not really. The novel's author transferred the copyright to me practically for free once he heard that I wanted to make a film adaptation of...
He probably just wants to get his name out there. So, Mora isn't the most important thing to him right now. It reminds me of a delivery courier who wears one of my designs while traveling all across Teyvat. I didn't charge her much for the outfit either.
Kirara.
The exposure she provides for my brand is well worth it.
So, are you a big...
Well, it's alright. The pacing of the story is good, but the character relationships could use some work. When I was reading it before, I always felt like some things were left on a rather unsatisfactory.
Farina is...
I have high
I
standards.
trust
you know.
her. I trust her in that regard.
Mr. Xavier, if hypothetically
Oh, as much free...
good, then I'm free to all...
Absolutely, no problem.
All right.
So...
Yes, I agree. Although the pay is well below what someone of my caliber deserves. A great script calls for a great director. I mustn't let a perfectly good story be ruined due to lack of funds.
That's not the first time you did that.
Have fine cheese and bread. You wouldn't just let it sit on the counter and get moldy just because you lack an oven, right?
Oh, Hydro...
There's no more Hydro Archon, you know. And it's still a little early
Yeah, I was about to say.
celebrate. There's a lot that goes into shooting a film. Although the trickiest tasks of finalizing the script and casting the actors have already been taken care of, we'll still need to reserve filming locations. Not to say, and by the way, since we'll be filming The Two Musketeers, we'll need to find an action choreographer. Ideally, a professional who has actual experience with muskets.
Yes, I've thought about this as well. I was hoping that you might know someone who could handle the job.
Me? If this was before, I could have simply asked Florand. But Navia can also use firearms, but unfortunately, her style is quite different from that of the characters
Yes,
in the
she
story.
uses a shotgun.
Could we ask the Special Security and Surveillance
Oh, you mean the Special Patrol's Musketeers?
Yes, that's right. They work with muskets every day.
They would be under Nervilette's jurisdiction. So...
No need to go to all that trouble. I know their Captain Chevres.
Oh, you do? Wait, Chiori, how do you know the cat?
No particular reason. Running a business means dealing with some trouble from time to time, and she's helped me out on a few occasions. In return, I've helped her handle a few situations in which the Special Patrol couldn't get involved directly.
So you're saying there's been times when the Special Patrol needed a fashion...
It'd be best to keep it that way. Anyway, enough about that. What do you all think about asking the captain to be our musket action choreographer?
She sounds professional enough. She is a captain after...
But I imagine the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol must be busy with their duties. Do you think...
Well, it just so happens that she's also not the kind of person that's just after Mora. As for whether she has time,
Then I'll leave that to you. Macaroni's on sale today, so I've got to go. You can just tell me how things went when we discuss tomorrow's plan.
God damn it, she's still just eating macaroni. Why are you just eating macaroni for me?
Of course. Just wait until the day of our premiere. You'll witness the true power of my name in these lands. You'll be so glad I agreed to help. I can guarantee that even the standing tickets will be sold out.
You are incredibly arrogant from time to time, but you have the right.
I'll ask some people I know to see if they'd be willing to act as extras.
Seems like you're finally getting more...
I didn't ask for the Clapper Loader's commentary, Paimon.
Then let's get going. I happen to know where Chevres is today.
By the way, I'm curious. If my pay is so low...
Actually, they told us that they see the trip as part of a cultural exchange, so they didn't ask for any pay.
What? So is every person in Tevat who doesn't want money gathered here to shoot this film? Don't tell me Chiori isn't being paid either.
I already knew Xavier from before.
Uh.
And he's also agreed to give my brand some good exposure.
It seems the gods have really smiled upon you, Xavier. And that certainly doesn't include me, mind you.
She wants the money. You know what? You get the money for it. It's fine. Funny as fuck. Did you wanna...
Besides the macaroni, I should...
Hey. Let me make you a commendation. Just make a white sauce and put some white wine. Get it with some cheese and some, like... It'll taste great, trust me.
Squall Fury.
Is she?
Quit following me. The wind rises.
All right.
But...
There she is.
The one with an eye patch reading in front of the newsstand.
Oh, her!
Please wait here for a moment. I'll go fetch her.
Working? But is it...
Just trust me.
Oh, alright. Chiori sure is a mysterious person. She claimed...
The Court of Fontaine isn't particularly tolerant of visitors from overseas, so it isn't easy for a foreigner to promote their brand here. Even more so in the competitive world of fashion. Even
Go on,
a
I'm drinking red.
just trying to make a film has to face all kinds of challenges. so I can only imagine what Chiori has been through to get where she is today. I'm sure that having more connections has definitely worked in her favor.
Probably.
Reading on the job?
Detective novel.
One main character?
No. Multiple. Branching storylines.
I see. How's the plot coming along?
One of the main characters is about to make a choice that will affect the rest of his life. I'd wager he's going to make the wrong choice.
Any way to speed things up? There's something I need your help with.
You know that doesn't depend on me. It all comes down to what the character chooses.
Which is exactly why I'm here to help.
All right. It appears he made the wrong choice in the end. Halt!
Huh?
Hand over whatever you're holding.
Oh, it's just a book.
Then I'm sure you wouldn't mind letting me have a look.
Excuse me, officer. I don't mind you standing around here, not purchasing anything, but I'd prefer...
Don't give me that act. You won't be able to get off so easily either. I am Chevraz, captain of Fontaine's Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. I will say this one last time. Hand over whatever you're holding at once. And before you do anything unwise, let me remind you that I'll have you on the ground before you can even think about making a run for it.
All right. But please let me say something first. If there's any contraband in that book...
Why, you trying to leave me on the hook, huh? You were the one who said you...
Save it for the interrogation room. Take them away, Letelier.
Jesus.
What's going on here? One second you're reading a book and the next you're escorting...
And who are... Oh! Aren't you the traveler who's been all over the papers recently? Chiori, I'm assuming what you wanted to ask me about has to do with them, right? Maybe I can let you in on what's happening then. Now that Vacher has been brought to justice, no new shipments of synth will be made and distributed to sellers. The Fontaine guards have been busy collecting the remaining synths still circulating on the market.
Does it even affect them?
Thanks to
I
a
wanted
tip
to
from
know
a
that.
reliable source here, this should be the very last batch.
Oh, so you were pretending to read a book in order to catch the bad guys! Oh, Paimon almost forgot to introduce ourselves. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler and Navia...
Hey, I'm Chevraz. You probably already heard me introduce myself, so I won't bother repeating it.
Yeah, why didn't you make a move as soon as you had the chance?
No, I wanted to see if the shopkeeper would turn himself in first. All he had to do was come up to me and say that he didn't know where the synth had come from. If he did that, then I wouldn't have had to press charges on him.
He had the whole day to turn the synth over to Chevraz. But instead, the moment I came up and blocked Chevraz's line of sight, he took the opportunity to sell it off.
Yep, he made the wrong choice, even though the right choice was right there in front of him.
I see.
But you knew they wouldn't make the right choice.
Yeah, I knew. I was just hoping I'd be wrong for once.
Ah, okay.
Enough about that, though. What did you want to ask?
Oh, you see, it's like this.
Explain.
The Two Musketeers. You certainly have a good eye for a story. So what do you need me to do? Just be the action choreographer for the actors?
Yes, that's right. I want to make sure we get all the details right. However, I'm afraid this work will require a bit of your time.
No need to say any more.
Really? You're willing to help?
Sure, it's no big deal. As I said, we've wrapped up our investigation here, so I don't have any other tasks on my plate for the moment.
Okay.
Besides, I personally really like this novel. I even have the collector's edition at home. Stories where justice prevails over evil never get old for me.
Then we've...
Yes, I'll see.
Oh my!
Good.
I can hardly believe it! I should tell Lady Farina immediately. Oh, and I must tell the prop...
Calm down, Xavier. The film is going to take more than just a day to finish.
It will,
Still,
but-
I should also head back now and start preparing the actors' costumes and makeup.
Alright, guess that's it for today then.
Traveler, Paimon, please stay for...
Then I'll take Xavier back. Poor thing. He's so excited that he can't even walk straight anymore. I don't want to spend our first day fishing our producer out of the fountain. He'd better.
God's sake, Navia can hand. Let's talk. Oh, you. Hi, what do you?
So what did you want to tell us, Chevres?
Have you read The Two Musketeers? The story is about a pair of children born into the household of a baron, and their struggle to survive together and take revenge. They were raised at the baron's estate, where their mother worked as a maid. The two were illegitimate children that the baron had with the maid, so they were never treated well by anyone. One day, upon returning home, they found their mother had been murdered and left dead on the floor. It was quite evident that the culprits were the other members of the baron's household, who never. However, the baron was able to exert his influence and keep the whole thing under wraps. The mother's death was eventually deemed as a suicide. Many years later, members of the baron's family suddenly started turning up dead one after the other, all killed by gunshot. The baron believed that the mother's soul had come to take vengeance on him, but it was actually those two siblings who had fled all those years ago. They relied on each other to survive and trained. They used all of their abilities to collect evidence and clues before executing their plan and exacting revenge on the baron.
That's quite an exhilarating.
Yep, the baron got what he deserved for his evil deeds, and justice was.
Oh, so is that why you were so?
You could say it was one of the reasons.
Oh, you mean there were?
I've read the reports about you. Whether it was at the trials or when you lent your hand to resolve our nation's crisis.
Where were you at that time?
You've shown that you've got a strong sense of justice, as well as a great mind for deductions. Yes, you're as sharp as I expected. It seems you've experienced many similar situations before. There's been a recent murder case involving muskets. The perpetrator's methods appear to be very similar to what is described in the novel.
Huh? Really?
The Marechaussee Phantom hasn't yet released any information to the public, because the investigation is currently at a standstill.
A murder involving firearms? But not that many people use those.
Impossible. We perform a routine inspection of our firearms and ammo reserves every day. If one of the weapons had been fired, it would stick out like a sore thumb. However... Well, that's all I can disclose about the case today.
Huh?
I hope you all can go back and get some shut-eye. You can decide tomorrow whether... I'm aware this might not be the ideal time to add more to your plate, but the more carrying out investigations isn't actually supposed to be our responsibility. Our job is to apprehend the perpetrators. Finding them is really up to the Marechaussee Phantom. I don't want people to see muskets in a negative way, and also, I'm
You mean they might be connected somehow?
I suspect. Just to make myself clear, this is not an order, nor is it a deal event. If you two have any interest in the case after we finish filming tomorrow and are willing to assist me.
What do you think, Traveler?
Let's give it a thought.
You're right. Paimon's getting a little tired.
You'd better head back and get some rest. It's good. Otherwise, when the moment comes, you might end up like that shopkeeper and not even realize that the right choice is right there in front of you.
Completed.
Too slow.
There is more? Okay, hang on. No, there is more. Oh, that unlocked already. I didn't. I will do that in. What am I looking for? 70 of these, so I'm gonna go real quick and kill some more. Oh, hang on. Ah. Right. Thank you very much, good sir. We're about to wreck those robots. Hey, this. Realizing.
Too late for regret. Everybody stand back.
Wretched vermin!
Fire! Well,
Squall and fury!
Go, go, go. Nuke it. They're not ready for the nuke. Yeah. Alright, and there you are. Get out of here. That finally enough. Did I finally get enough? I start rolling for artifacts now. I think I don't have the fragile one. So I used it. They give me something that I can talk to them.
This road.
Attend. I want to create any furnishing. No, I can't buy it.
If you ever...
Not today, but I wish they made us.
I'll admit, it's cozy. Oh? Ah. Gladly. Beats. Hey, do you know about the saltwater lakes in the desert? Not exactly. Saltwater lakes usually appear farther inside the desert. According to some very tall tales, they're believed to be Al-Ahmar's blessings. Legend has it that when his followers got lost in the desert, Al-Ahmar would command the underground rivers to rise to the surface, forming lakes for the trapped to quench their thirst. But it's just an urban legend. The water in saltwater lakes does originate from groundwater, but it's too bitter to be used for drinking. Besides, these lakes only exist for a short time before they're buried by sand, so you can't use them as landmarks. I heard that the Adventurers Guild did once receive a commission related to saltwater lakes. As for what the commission was about, I guess some outlanders who were visiting Sumeru wanted to visit the desert, and so they hired a group of experienced guild adventurers to... After that, well, some say the Adventurers Guild has never accepted similar commissions ever since.
I talked up. Back to Fontaine. Back to doing the 4.3 stuff. Good. Got the primer gems. Go. Oh, following morning. Got that. Chips eating time for me. Not my meat.
It's finally time to meet up with everyone. Paimon even dreamt of making the film last night. If Paimon remembers right, we're meeting at Hotel de Boer. Let's get going.
Yeah, I'm going. I actually did more damage with my third team because Navia could melt them easier.
Good morning. Xavier said yesterday afternoon went well.
Yes.
And how about you, Ayaka? What were you up to yesterday?
After
After we split up, Ayato went to see Udex Nervillette at the Palais Marmonia. I was originally thinking of going with him, but he said he could manage it himself. He told me to go see the sights around Fontaine and to enjoy the local culture. So I rode the aqua bus with Yoimiya and visited the opera house on Aranias Island.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe what we saw there! 2 mechanical puppets that were dancing together! You've already seen them, right? Yeah, those two! Amazing, aren't they?
Horrible.
We sat and watched for quite a while. It was mesmerizing. Like we could keep watching them forever.
Oh, it was the same for us the first time we saw them too.
Yeah, now we killed them.
Afterwards, we went swimming at the beach. Well, diving to be exact. It was the first time I ever breathed underwater.
Oh.
I held Ayaka's hand and we counted down together. 3, 2, 1, and then splash! We were beneath the waves. At first, I didn't dare to open my mouth. But once I couldn't hold my breath any longer, I decided to take a big breath in. Turns out, the water wasn't as salty as I imagined. It didn't really taste like anything at all. Before I knew it, I was breathing like normal down there. It was an amazing feeling. Ayaka said I was too nervous and needed to loosen my grip. She got used to everything way faster than I did.
I knew that the Traveler could do it, so I had no doubt we could do it too. That helped me feel at ease as soon as we dove in. The underwater world in Fontaine truly is beautiful. I love seeing the Romaritime flowers blossoming underwater, like little candles lighting up the streets at night.
Yeah, and there were so many creatures that we've never seen in Inazuma. Like those fish that shimmer like a sword blade. Whoosh! Oh, and those big fish that call when they see people.
Oh, you mean Hunter's Rays and Blubber Beasts.
I just love the name Blubber Beast. Just wait till Pops and the others hear about this. They probably won't believe a word I say.
Probably not.
Yoimiya was down there for quite a while. It was dark before we finally rode the aqua bus back to the city. I figured she'd want to sleep in today.
Yeah, even I was worried that I wouldn't be able to get up. I still felt like I was drifting in the waves when I went to sleep last night. But as soon as I woke up today, I remembered that we'd all be shooting a film together, and I was ready to go.
Speaking of the film,
my brother and Xavier were speaking to the restaurant owner about using the place as a filming. As for the other, we're here.
Please excuse my tardiness. I just finished the Special Patrol's 6-mile morning jog.
Wait, 6 miles?
I'm so tired.
No.
I heard you all chatting, so I decided to come down. I sure could use some of that endless energy everyone else has. Good morning, everyone. Morning. Can someone fetch me a cup of coffee? More milk, hold the sugar. Sure. I'd be happy to do that for you.
No, you can't go anywhere. Please, have a seat over here so I can get started on your makeup. The last thing I want is coffee stains on my costumes.
I can get the coffee. It's the perfect job for an assistant.
There she goes. She has energy to spare and more.
So much energy. Seriously, what's her secret?
Oh, Yoimiya's always like that. But you sure look exhausted, Farina. It's because you're not used to waking up so early, huh?
Of course not. I spent the whole night reading the novel from cover to cover, marking sections that either need to be omitted or adapted.
Wow. Paimon didn't expect you to be so thorough.
Well, I was the biggest star in all of Fontaine after all. It
Huh?
takes more than just a pretty face to earn a reputation like that. I know how to get serious when the situation calls for it.
Eyebrows different
all
colors.
out when I was acting as an Archon, so why wouldn't I do the same for my own life?
Here's your coffee, Director Farina.
Oh, thank you. The sound of being called director.
That Fanta?
The aroma of coffee. Feels almost as refreshing as hearing the birds chirping in the morning.
Ah, it seems everyone has managed to arrive on time.
We've reached an agreement with the restaurant owner. We are free to use the second
Oh.
floor to shoot our film.
That's great!
He is really looking forward to our film and hopes that providing his restaurant as a filming location will attract more customers. Well then, Mr. Xavier, I'll leave the rest.
Okay, thanks. First, I'd like to introduce our new members. This is our prop manager, Veronique. She'll be in charge of all the film's
Veronique.
props and items.
Okay.
And this is Bono, our lighting technician. He'll be in charge of lighting and illumination to set up each scene's atmosphere.
Wow. Sure feels like we have some real professionals joining the crew now.
First of all, please allow me to first express my sincerest. When my investor informed me yesterday that he wouldn't be able to provide the fund, I had no idea that I'd find so many people willing to help me on such short notice. Thank you. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart.
Okay.
No need to be so cordial, Mr. Xavier. We're all honored to be a part of this.
Your works made a profound impression on me when I saw them back in Inazuma. I am sure that someday, this film will be remembered as a prime example of cultural exchange.
Yes, the story is the reason I agreed to join. I can't bear.
Anyway, I would like to make a promise to everyone that as the producer of this film, I'll do what. This is not just my film. It also embodies the thoughts and feelings of every. So, without further ado,
Good.
you may take it from here, Director Farina.
All right, listen up, everyone. The first scene takes place when the two young musketeers are living at the Baron's home, still unaware of all that is about to happen to them. We'll need props and lighting to set the scene. Our lead actors can go get their makeup done, and extras, please take this time to go over your positions.
Whoa.
Is everyone clear? I don't want anyone traipsing around the set like umbrella finches. All right, cameras will start rolling as soon as the set is ready. Let's make a film that'll make some not the kind of waves that drown people. I mean, the good kind of waves.
God damn it, Farina.
Seems like she's still a bit traumatized by that.
Yeah, don't be blame
If
her.
there's anything we can do to help.
Can you fucking blame her? She had to watch her entire nation drown. How are you doing?
How about here?
A little more to the left.
You got it.
Hey, Navia, do you need a hand?
No, I'm fine. You know, doing the lighting is kind of like designing a fireworks show. It's interesting to imagine what kind of atmosphere the lights will create. I heard that the Traveler will be operating the camera and Paimon will be the clapper loader, right?
Really? Is that because it'll be easy for Paimon to hold the clapperboard while flying?
Well, sure, there's that, but that's not exactly what I meant. I just think that after all your journeys together, you two must have developed a super close bond and just naturally know how to work with each other. If I'm not mistaken, the director will want the cameras rolling as soon as the clapperboard goes clack.
What's it?
Oh, I see. It's amazing to see the magic behind filmmaking.
Yoimiya, we need lights over there too.
Oh, I've got to get back to work. Chat with you later. Oh, it's exciting.
Alright.
Seems like Yoimiya's really getting into it. But she was right. We do have a super...
Guess so. And you've been with me for over years now, so fuck it. How's it going?
Hayaka has mentioned you to me before. She said that you two were great friends when you were kids.
No talking. I'm thinking about
Ah, yes. To help me really look the part.
to achieve a more young and naive look for this scene.
Are you saying the wrinkles around my eyes are too deep?
You just have too much of a calculating look in your eyes.
You sure don't mince your words. It seems you really haven't changed much.
Quiet.
So, this is a real musket?
No, it's just a prop weapon.
Not bad. Have you seen a real musket before?
Only in books and newspapers. I made this one based on the relative shape and proportions I saw in reference images. When we're filming, some special gunpowder will be applied around the muzzle, which will help create the flash and smoke effects of a real gun being fired.
Which means it'll be up to the actors to portray the recoil.
That's right. The sound effects for gunshots will also be added in post-production.
Thank you, Veronique. I think I know where to start now. However, the musket's gears and firing pin could still use some work. Adding some wear on the metallic components will make them appear more realistic. Also, be sure to rub the muskets with some oil each time before we start shooting. That'll give the impression that the firearms have been well maintained.
Good point.
You seem to know a lot, Miss Chevres. I assume you use these types of firearms
I
on a
think it.
regular basis?
Yes, I perform routine maintenance on my weapons every day. Just like we as people need to eat and sleep, muskets need to be cleaned and maintained.
I
Thoughts?
also perform similar care for my sword every day, and familiarize myself with its shape and weight.
Yes, this way, our weapons will never betray us in the heat of battle.
Yes, well said. It seems we have the same philosophy on this topic.
Yeah.
Oh, sounds like they found a common interest.
Though these props differ from the muskets I use, I can still good. I look forward. First and foremost, never point the weapon at anyone, regardless of whether it's a real or prop weapon or whether you're holding it or it's on the table. This holds for any time when you're not actively engaging an enemy.
Okay.
When aiming the musket, extend your arm so that it's level with your shoulder, and use your eye to look down the weapon's sights.
Like this?
Not bad. Now,
This is the end of the road for you.
Good. Now turn your body a little. That way, you'll give your enemy less of a target to work with. And relax your shoulders. This is the end of the road for you.
Huh. Excuse me, Miss Chiori. Director Farina, there's something I wish to discuss with you.
Oh? What is it? Like this?
Yes,
What do you think?
I do see your point. But are you sure you wish to do this?
I believe it would be most fitting.
Well, if you insist.
Miss Ayaka? Huh? What's going on? Are we gonna...
Let's go see.
What is it?
I have a question for you, Miss Chevres.
What?
To clarify, I would like to turn over my role to Miss Chevres.
But brother...
Don't worry, Ayaka. I actually view this as a good thing. I was becoming troubled trying to set aside some time to speak to the staff at the Palais Mermonia. I would like to have some conversations about the cultural exchange between our two countries, and I've heard that the bureaucratic process here can get rather complicated. Now, I will be able to focus on my work. Besides, you also know that I'm not really one for public performances.
Are you really sure? From a director's point of view, I also felt like the relationship between the two musketeers in the original story could be improved. The older brother in the story plays the lead role with his overbearing character, but this causes his character to overshadow that of his sister, and the theme of the two supporting and relying on each other isn't conveyed very well. But if we were to change the siblings to two sisters of a similar... Also, I've seen you instructing Ayaka. That...
Of course, even with all these insights.
Chevres mentioned that she really likes the story, right? Paimon bets that she'll take the role.
All right.
Good. It's decided then. We'll also need to make some immediate adjustments to the I have a feeling that
You're doing a great favor for me, Miss Chevres.
Don't mention it. I like this character, so if anything, I should be the one thanking you.
Well, since my brother is the one who brought up the idea, let's go, Miss Chevres.
Please, just call me.
Seems like you're really going out of your way to solve the problem I was having with your makeup.
Surely you jest, Chiori. I assure you that I was mostly motivated by a desire to spend more time on formal business.
Oh, come on. You really think I'd buy that? According to what I've heard from Ayaka, her brother is someone who can juggle 10 different matters at the same time. I'm sure you have other reasons for backing out.
Perhaps. Ayaka always said she wanted to go out and see more of the world, just like the Traveler. But I feel that she needs not only to see other nations, but also to make some different kinds of friends. I think it would be harder for her to make new connections with me constantly by her side. I
God.
will give her some space.
All right, go on. Spoil her some more.
Ayato, it's too bad you're stepping down from the role. Paimon really
No need to poke fun at me. I'd wager that you also felt that I wasn't the best candidate for the role.
It's a little hard for Paimon to imagine you saying those lines.
Yes, I've made an appointment to meet some people from the Palais Mermonia.
Traveler, get the camera ready. Paimon, get the clapperboard. Actor.
Go on now.
Yep, don't worry.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing the film when it's finished.
All right. Now that we're all here, let me help set the scene for everyone. The first scene takes place when our two main characters are still living at the Baron's estate. They've been ostracized and verbally abused by others in the household, but they still Chevris will be playing the role of the older sister, Tulip, and Ayaka will be the younger sister, Iris. Be sure to get close-ups of the main characters. Silence on the set! Lights, camera, action!
Let's go!
Tulip, Mother's... Perhaps she went to pick some flowers on the way home. You know how she loves...
Iris, Tulip, I'm home.
Mother, you were out for so long, we were beginning to worry about you.
I'm sorry, but I'm back now, safe and sound.
Mother, what are those bruises on your hand?
Huh? What bruises? Oh, I must have bumped into something while I was working yesterday.
But I didn't notice them this morning.
Then perhaps they're from when I accidentally... By the way, did you have fun playing at home? What's the matter, Iris?
Well, we've realized that no one really wants to play with us.
They even took Iris's doll and spat...
And they even called us names.
Shh! It's all right, don't worry. It doesn't matter what anyone says. Don't listen to them. No one can define you with such words. You both have wonderful lives ahead of you. Just like your name. Maybe your time to blossom hasn't quite come yet. But one day, don't let the soil you're in now ruin your future beauty.
And cut! Not bad. The actors also, if our clapper...
Oh!
Great.
I felt fine. The lines weren't too difficult at all. Seems like for...
You two were great. I couldn't
Thank you for your encouragement. Positions, everyone! This scene is when our two characters return home, only to discover their mother has been murdered. Ready? Lights!
Mother, we're back! Mother? What's wrong?
Iris, stay away!
Huh? Why? What's... Mother! Mother... She's...
Huh? There's poison in this cup.
Huh? I could have sworn I've seen this kind of cup before.
Those aristocrats. They didn't even try to cover up their actions. Iris, we need to leave this place.
Leave? But now that Mother is gone...
Anywhere. All I know is that we can't stay in this house. We'll have our revenge, I promise you. Just not right now. Come on, let's go.
No, we can't just leave Mother here like this. At least let me leave this rose with her. That's why we went out in the first place. To buy her this flower.
All right, goodbye, Mother. We'll
And beautiful! Great performance!
Oh my, you're so amazing,
I was surprised.
Thank you for the kind compliments. Actually, as soon as Director Farina said action, it's quite similar to practicing the art of the sword. Ayaka's performance was amazing. Have I discovered an acting prodigy? Pipe
All right.
down, everyone! We need...
Like it?
Huh? Are we done already? How do you feel, Traveler? Is your arm sore from holding the camera all day?
A little bit.
Good work, you two.
You too, Shivers. You were quite the actress today.
I've read this novel many times before. I have anyway. Do you remember?
Oh, right! You have a case where the murders seem really similar to the cases...
In the story, the main characters grow up to become two musketeers, always use, and on each of the victims, they place a rainbow rose. Yes, that's correct. We found rainbow roses just like in the novel.
Oh, that does sound pretty concerning. Especially after seeing the script today. Oh, now Paimon... what do you think, Traveler? You're smart. Paimon wants to hear your thoughts.
Good. On behalf of Fontaine's Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, thank you for your dedication to justice. There's no time.
What is that voice
We should
actress, by
start
the way?
investigating right away. Follow me.
Super familiar to me.
Right now?
The most valuable intel always comes after nightfall. They are like small, remote islands in the middle of the sea. If you don't stay vigilant, that's how one of my favorite books always puts it, at least.
So, where are we going right now?
Let's start by checking out some workshops that sell mechanical components. If the culprit is making their own weapons, it's very likely that they'll visit those sort of places.
Their own weapon? I guess if he had a musket, people would have already everyone that sells musket.
Behold!
What? Me? Well, the Wanderer does wonder. Okay.
Squall Fury!
Welcome to LeChaux's Clockwork Workshop. How can I help you?
Wait, I know you.
Hello. I'd like to know if anyone has purchased some special components lately.
And that one
Special
quest.
components? Sorry, could you be more specific?
I mean the kind of components that aren't typically used for clockwork toys, but for firearms.
Huh? For firearms? No, we don't sell those sort of things here.
Don't misunderstand. I'm not here to cause any trouble. We are merely investigating a case, and we're hoping that you could cooperate.
Well, to be completely honest, I'm not even sure what kind of components that would entail.
Has anyone ever purchased components here as an individual rather than on behalf of an organization?
We have a lot of customers who buy toys, but those who buy components are all regular customers who buy in bulk on behalf of their organization.
Is that...
You're welcome. It's the...
So the guy works in... Like, my brain stopped working mid-sentence there. So the guy is working in an organization that buys that. I would say we go immediately and try to figure out. Like, my idea would be, let's go look for organization that maybe we'll get more evidence.
Oh, hey, Chevres. Run out of oil for your musket again?
Hello, Estelle. I want to know if anyone has come to your shop recently to order some firearm components.
Oh, is this another case? Let me think. I don't think so. Some people have requested that I make some prop guns for the Fontanalia Film Festival, but I refused all of those requests.
Oh? Why's that?
Because there's no profit! I only make things here that can do some real heavy lifting. I don't have the energy to make some new molds just for the festival.
Then has anybody come specifically looking for mechanical components?
Well, I usually sell off my scrap to the Fleuve Cendre. I don't typically give them to one specific person.
Wasn't interesting.
I understand. Thanks for your cooperation.
Don't mention it. Always happy to have the Musketeers' patronage.
Seems like we haven't found any.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Huh? Are you sure?
You think so, huh? Then
Huh?
that I grew up in Fleuve Sandra.
Bottom of the
The wind rises.
What's all this? Some broken planks and barrels, as well as some liquor bottles?
Yes, but have a closer look, Paimon. Even though somebody has purposefully tried to clean them up, these are obviously marks from musket bullets. In other words, someone was here trying to improve their shot. They were using the barrels and bottles for target practice.
Could it have been?
Your guess is as good as mine. Although many people at Fleuve Sandra own guns, few hide the fact from others.
Yeah.
And even fewer would go to such lengths to hide markings from practice shots. Anyway,
I've been like
let's go. There might be more to this.
old maybe that did this.
Squall and fury.
Okay, what is going on? Hello? Help? Oh, okay, I'm upstairs. What did that happen?
Upon the gale.
Can't pronounce it. Oh, bartender.
It's been a while, Tetro.
Please, just get on with your request.
I want to know if you've heard anybody talking about muskets lately.
Information isn't free, you know.
I've heard that bandits have been extremely active in the countryside recently, and they've been affecting the delivery of goods to Poisson. I can allocate some more manpower to help out with that problem. What do you say?
You're still as helpful as ever. One of our men got drunk at dinner about a month ago and lost his gun. 3 days later, it turned up in the corner here.
What's weird about that? He just forgot where he put it, right?
This is Fleuve Sandra, my friend. Anything of value left in the tavern won't ever make it to the next day. But that gun turned out to be an exception. It didn't get any new wear and tear on it, and didn't even appear to have been fired.
I suspect it came back because the weapon was already known to the guards.
You mean, a criminal was afraid the Marechaussee Phantom would use the shot marks to track them down? Maybe. But if that's the case, the culprit really took great care to avoid getting caught.
I didn't say anything about a criminal.
In Fleuve Sandra, knowing who was killed is as easy as knowing what clothes you're wearing today. It's the guy living in the east side, isn't it? I've never liked him. Every time he's here, he just orders a drink and sits there with a nasty look in his eyes.
So, who was the one who lost the gun in the first place?
Don't bother. Even if you ask, he wouldn't admit to owning a gun to some strangers. Not to mention the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
He's right.
I know you grew up here, Chevres. Even though you're on good terms with the Spina, you've still been gone too long. Not many people know you here now, and a lot of people don't like the Special Patrol.
I know.
So take my advice and don't show your face too much around here. It's for your own safety.
I'll come and go as I please. And I'm afraid I'll be appearing more often due to my work.
All right. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Yep. Fontaine has some difficulties. They had bigger problems to solve already. Right up there. There we go. Now on the right side of it. Hello, Emerald.
Hello. I'd like to ask some questions.
I don't know anything.
Don't worry, I'm not here to arrest anybody.
You say that now.
It's the truth. Here, take this as my guarantee.
Wait, did Paimon just see what she thinks she saw? Is the captain of the Special Patrol bribing a citizen?
Seems you're different from the other guards. What do you want to know?
Have you heard anything related to muskets in Fleuve Sandra lately?
Muskets, huh? All I know is that about 2 weeks ago, we started hearing some loud noises at night.
Were they gunshots?
Possibly. It's hard to tell around here. Someone's house collapsing, a pipe exploding somewhere, it's all the same. but the noises I'm talking about definitely happened after I fell asleep.
Do you know where the noises were coming from?
I don't remember clearly.
Is it that you don't remember?
You tell me.
Then please, think about it some...
She's giving her even more Mora!
The noises came from the end of the Southern Waterway. I came out and had a look for myself when I wasn't sleeping well, but I didn't dare get too close. That's all I know.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Thanks for the pâte de fruits.
No need to be surprised. I grew up here, remember? I know how to get people around here to talk. Seems you catch on pretty quick. Now then, let's keep going.
Wait, what is that turtle?
Seems like that's all we'll be...
Oh god damn it, I wanted to check out the turtle.
Paimon feels like we managed to learn a lot more here than up on the surface.
Yes. Assuming that everything we found is indeed connected to our suspect, then a month ago, our suspect found a gun and took it home to disassemble it. Once he'd figured out its mechanics, he brought it back. In the following weeks, he used some parts to create his own makeshift musket and took it to the Fleuve Cendra for target practice. Then, a few days ago, he found his target and carried out the murder. Once the deed was done, he left a rainbow rose on the body.
That all makes sense to Paimon.
The deceased was a resident of Fleuve Cendra. It's said that he was a poor, solitary man. Yeah, that's also something I'm trying to figure out. If we are indeed following the novel, and there's a story behind the murder, then this murder should be an act of vengeance. But according to our investigation, he was no saint, but no one's heard of a rival who hated him enough to shoot him dead. What message is the killer trying to convey? And to whom exactly? We've thoroughly investigated that possibility. He claims to have spent the whole day at the Opera House on the day of the murder, and the staff there have confirmed his account.
Okay, so he has an alibi.
Not only that, he lacks a credible motive as well. He has a family of his own, and both of his parents are still alive. I've looked into his records. He was adopted at the age of 6, and all the proper procedures were followed. There are also records of him at an orphanage before then. In the story, the mother of the 2 musketeers was murdered after the children turned 10. Of course, he could have changed the children's ages, but I don't want to assume anything without evidence. More importantly, I've also had a chat with him in person. He didn't seem like the kind of person who would pull the trigger to kill a man.
Then, what should we do now?
Investigations take time. I didn't expect us to catch the culprit in just a single day. How about this? Let's spend the next few days filming with the crew. We can continue the investigation once we're done with the film.
Wait, but weren't you saying Intel is like small...
Ah, but the book had more than one reference to the islands, Paimon.
Oh? What else?
As long as you spend enough time sailing through the fog, you'll eventually come across an island.
Because I completed that. Well, now...
Quit following me.
I think I will stop. You know? Fuck! Whatever. I will stop this stream. Thank you for watching. I had fun. I'm gonna see who we can raid out. There is no twist. Playing Risk of Rain. Raid him. Alright. Oopsie daisy. Alright. They're raiding now.
There's no need to exchange pleasantries. It's rather pathetic to force a conversation just to occupy silence.